think we're gonna start up soon. Hello. Oh, I need to mix. I always forget my camera doesn't save the zooms. Oh, I need to move that. Alright, let's get started. This would have been a, why didn't your thing play? I don't know what's wrong with my bot. I'm gonna manually play it, but that happened to all too. I don't understand why. Oh, actually maybe it did play Demon. I just realized I didn't have my headphones on. Okay. Did it play Yamu? Play it again. Okay, now I'm gonna assume it played because I didn't have it going. Okay, good. I didn't have my headphones plugged in. Okay, so this would have been a 61 plus run, but my internet decided to be a horror again. So now this is an angry speed run because I'm like pissed. I'm like legitimately pissed right now. So we're gonna go through this thing as fast as humanly possible just to get up. So at least it won't be too late to get to the good force. I don't know how fast I can go. I went pretty freaking fast earlier. So we're gonna go fast, and we're gonna see what happens. I am not too pleased right now. You know, this is actually what started to happen with Palace of the Dead. Like, cause I was trying to go for points, and then my internet would still like keep shitting on me. So then I just got to the point where I'm just gonna go as fast as humanly possible, and then we'll hope for the best. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go fast, cause I'm getting really tired of my internet. like if tomorrow I disconnect at any point, I'm gonna give my internet an earful, like my server an earful. Like you bitches fix my internet because I'm trying to do something here. That shit's too loud. I did do like a couple speedrun stuff for Palace before. For funsies. Now this is gonna be because I wanna not like end up being like 5 AM or something that I'm still working on this. Because I don't wanna stop at like 71 and then return at 71 and be like so at a bent because I'm just jumping into something that's really hard. So yeah, right. Trying to be Will first here. So we're gonna go like fast. If they ever give me a speedrun category for Heaven on High and Games Done Quick, man, we're gonna do it. This will be my what would you call it? My audition tape. But yeah, I do apologize because I was somewhat promising this would be like another attempt at 100, but this probably won't be an attempt at 100 tonight. This will be a build up for another day. Depends how fast I can go. We going fast, boys. We going fast. What is this? I don't remember. Let's see. We're gonna go like, we're gonna try to go faster than LPs, that's how fast we're gonna go. Which means it's a lot of risk and a lot of item usage, but the run earlier that I was working on, like I was so really good on items, except that I kept popping mimics. Like I popped a good, I think I popped a good like 10 mimics my other run, and that was before that. That was from like 41 to like 59. I popped mimics. Like, that's how ridiculous it was. But I was so really good on items. Nah, fuck you, man. Pardon me while I snack on shit while I'm gone, because I'm so hungry. No, I think well. So what you're gonna see in the speedrun is you're gonna see me take a lot of unnecessary risks. Because I wanna go fast. It's all about speed, baby. Like, I wouldn't be taking a lot of these risks in the normal run, but it's like, I'm pissed and I wanna get high. High in floors. Always cure before you open a chest. Never take that risk though. Never go too fast. Only I can web sling. Maybe one day. Then I'll have to look up like strategy guides on how to properly web sling. I don't even know. Like, I can't believe how appalling it was to people that I couldn't do it properly. It didn't make any sense. Like I have 15 minutes to play a demo. I'm just trying to go fast. And it seemed like spamming it was the fastest way. Obviously it wasn't aesthetically nice, but I realized it gave me like eye cancer. Yeah, dude, like, Yama, what did you get me into? Like, I just thought this was a game. I didn't realize this was a religion. Like, the religion of Spider-Man. It's almost like I insulted it. It's almost like I insulted, like, a country. Like an entire population of people I insulted. These ice things are ones you want to kind of take care of, even in LP, because they aggro sound and they shoot at you. 2 times annoying. Yeah, apparently I'm racist to or I'm insensitive to the religion of Spider-Man. You should have warned me that would be a thing. You didn't give me the proper intel for me to prepare myself. Like I would have stood in line and like studied and like understood what I should be doing properly before I do it. But no, I went into it just wanting to play a game. I guess. Also, it is also the most watched video of all the E3 videos. So, not saying that 1,000, not saying that 1,000 views is like not is a lot. I mean, relatively speaking, yeah, fuck me. Relatively speaking, it's not a lot. Don't get stuck in the wall. Run for your life, Mr. Otter. Oh god, it's actually moving really fast. And no shit, it's hitting range. Okay, this is gonna be problematic. I might die. Oh, I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. Yep. Oh baby, we went too fast. That's what happened. Alright, let's do this again. We're definitely not seeing 100 tonight. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. But I didn't even think that would kill me. Interesting. Okay. We went too fast, guys, but it's okay. That's been my night tonight. Perhaps. Where's B-Star? B-Star should be watching me. That's been the culmination of how my night's been going. So we'll try this again because why not? So I guess you guys get to watch me do it from the beginning. Isn't that be entertaining? So okay, so my goal I guess tonight would be to get to 61 now. And I'm not getting to 100 tonight. So we'll get to 61 so we can prepare a run for Wednesday because I'll be LPing probably tomorrow with a group of FC guys. No, we're still gonna go fast, but we're not gonna take those risks that I took with people with. Maybe it's actually better that happened because what would have happened is like if I continued that run, I would have felt like I needed to go. What do you call it? Like it would have been like 3 AM and I would have been at like floor 80 and I'm like, well now I have to keep going and then I would have ended at 5. But now it's going to be probably impossible for me to get above like 60 before like 3 AM. So that was just a preview of my day. Why don't you come with us, Yamna? So do you really suck with that raid you gotta do? We still only have 3 people. And then I'd like to finish it in one go, because I don't want him sitting on a save file. Definitely not going to be going for a high score, I think. We're just going for a clear. Speaking of those Spider-Man videos. Yeah, I'm gonna say this was a blessing in disguise because I was so pissy after I disconnected on 59, and I was just about to go to the boss room. I didn't say Tuesday. Zeno picked Tuesday, I think. You gotta use those when I pop a mimic in, so we can start something. And then since Ray is here, we can do that also, assuming he's still here. Maybe he got bored because I went to floor 1. What is this? This isn't 50 plus. I'm not gonna come back until it's 60. And who wants to watch like the early level solo? No one, because it's boring. It's easy, everyone can do it. But we have to do it on stream. Like I like like kind of my thing with streaming is I kind of want to just, well, it's not that I want to do it. It's just I usually stream kind of the ideal content that I think people would find entertaining. So Like, I don't want to bore people with certain things. I don't think I'm at that point where I could just talk to people and that alone would be entertaining, because it's, you know, you don't really get that audience yet. So I feel like 1 to 50 is pretty boring for people to watch. Like, I'll do it during the midday, like without the camera and the microphone. Like, I'll just do it because I'm doing it anyway. But generally speaking, like, I wouldn't do a night. I wouldn't have a night stream where I can go with the microphone and then stream like floor 1, because, like, you know, I don't think anyone would find that as entertaining as the later floors. So I was planning to have this at 61, but yeah, internet's like, no, you're not gonna do it tonight. So fuck the internet. Why is it still not open? But in the meantime, I guess you guys, the only I guess benefit is, I guess, you can see how you can start the run from the beginning, and you know, ask me questions and all that if you're interested in solo. We are doing this a little bit differently than I would normally, because I'm pissed. I would normally be kind of killing the entire floor to do experience, also to farm a little bit of points, but that's kind of out the window because I got disconnected, and then, yeah, I disconnected on one of my good runs, so you don't know when the next disconnect could be happening. You just gotta go fast. Now, you can still go fast without taking enormous, like, the one that I just wiped on, that was just kind of stupid because that was a risk I shouldn't have took, but don't really too feel bad about it. Yeah, I gotta go fast. Oh, that shark's gonna almost break me. Sonic emote. Look, I gotta, you know, build the viewership first, and then we can start doing lots of emotes. You want me to have like Spider-Man emote, no, Sonic emote. I have something in my throat. I have to say, it's kind of extra annoying when you're taking your time through the floors with purpose, and then only to disconnect later on. It's like, well, what is the point of me taking my time? I'd rather be on these floors faster so I can try to go for the clear. And that's where I'm pretty much at that point now. So that's the point I got to in Palace. So you can imagine in Palace Dead, right? You get up to like 90, you get up to like 120, 130, and then your internet's like, you know what? We'll just disconnect today. Goodbye 10 hours. Goodbye 13 hours. At least here I'm pissy, but you know, it was only like 4 hours that I lost, which is still a lot of time, but relatively speaking, it could have been longer. I just don't know why my provider of all times is to go haywire now. Like, it never really did this before until Palace did, and I know it's my internet. It's not the game. Like the game, I'm almost 95% sure that it's not the game that's disconnecting. It's the internet, and it sucks. I'd rather be blaming the game. At least you know the game will eventually fix itself. Well, presumably. I think at some point we might bust out the speedrun UI, because I had a speedrun UI almost like how you see the speedrun players, so they have the time per floor and stuff. I'm eating beef jerky. Where they had like speedrun times and all that stuff. I'm gonna probably have that soon. If I tilt enough, and we're gonna try to go really fast, that's what's gonna happen. We'll get time splits and everything. Is it fun? It's fun. I mean, I find it great. It's just that what's pissing me off is my internet keeps kicking out. So if you disconnect, oh, that's not the right button. If you disconnect in here, solo, you're undead. Like, there's no recovery. If your computer crashes, if your game crashes, if you disconnect off the, like, you go to the start, like, disconnect meaning you go to the start screen. Because I've had instances when my connection has blipped and I'm still in game. I mean, there's a chance you'll die because your character's now immobile, so you could stand in things, but you know, once you disconnect, it's kind of ripped. Your run is dead. Alright, it's my old school. It's my my FF11 throwback. I'm just not a Lala or AK Toru, but because I never was. But this is my throwback. I was really happy to see the Scorpion Harness as a drop as an item. Also happy to see that it wasn't dieable too. Kind of kept to its roots. I will be like, I'm gonna focus hard on Red Mage until either I clear 100 or someone else clears 100. If say a Japanese player clears 100, I'm gonna still push, but if an NA player clears 100, I may kind of chill a little bit. There's 2 people now that are past 90, they're sitting at 91. If an NA clears it as a world first, I'll kind of chill, and then I'm gonna play all the other classes because I wanna rank in all the other classes and try them all out. But for now, while no one has done the clear, I definitely am gonna be going hardcore on Red Mage only. Oh, is that? Oh, I see. Yeah, I never did the PvP in 11. I was just what I did a lot in 11 is solo, so that's why like kind of this content is again like kind of a throwback to that. It's solo content. It isn't scripted like all the PvE stuff, so it kind of feels, you know, the randomness and stuff, the need to really react to certain situations and do things that, you know, may not be intended or something like that. That's what I find fun about this content. It's just the whole thing about disconnecting and losing progress is that's the one that really you know, is heartbreaking. At least here at Heaven on High, I mean, you're only gonna go a maximum of 10 hours. Like if you spend 60 minutes on every single go, it's 10 hours at the absolute max. So you're probably looking like at a 6 to 8 hour solo run probably. So that's not terrible. You could do it in one day. But your resources get burned out because I gotta have the regen potions, and you definitely go through way more than you're capable of farming through a 1 to 100 attempt. So I have to kind of detour and farm the potions on another file and then go back to it later. Yeah, let's go, man. I mean, you're racing a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I know that are trying for Red Mage on Aether. Oh, I knew of 2 from Palace. So you have Witchy and you have Meggy. Meggy's world second on Palace. They cleared. Palace is the second one. And then I met Sephar last night who hopped on stream. They were at the time rank 1. And then someone else just took rank 1 too, so there's a lot of people like really trying for this, and it's actually really nice to see. So it's a legit race. That's why again it makes it more pissy because every run that kind of gets exploded by not my cause is like, you know, it's just horrible. And I've already had about I'd say 4 runs that have died because of my internet. Well, I mean, I don't know if you call this competitive, because there really isn't a reward for getting the title, other than, you know, fame and glory, really. That's really it. There's no reward for sitting in the top, but you know, there's rankings, there's points and stuff, and I find that fun. I find that aspect fun, so I'll take it. I kind of wish there were, like, you know what I would enjoy is if, like, say it does it like seasonally. Not like the PvP season. What I mean seasonally, like spring, summer, winter, etc. So, like, you know, for a 3-month period, the scores would be up there, and then after the 3 months, like, whoever's in the top 25 gets like something out of it, and then the points reset, like something like that. That'd be kind of cool. And that would also kind of force the content to refresh every time, because, you know, you'd have to do it again to claim your points again, because they're not going to be up there. I guess you can also keep like a lifetime, because, you know, it isn't common for someone to clear at all. Like Palace, I think there's still only maybe 3 people who have cleared total, so it's not a common feat. So you can have like a lifetime thingy, but then I guess have like a seasonal ladder or something. That'd be kind of cool. God, I hate blind. Oh my god. Yeah, this is more for like EPing, basically. This is, again, I don't know if I'm competitive, but, you know, to go onto the Discord and be like, hey guys, I'm rank 1 on so and so job. Go try and beat me. I challenge you. Alright, so we're at 15 minutes. That's not bad for an angry speedrun. I'm angry. So the speedrun and the anger is there. Actually, I should be using strength. Forgot. You gotta have better damage to kill faster, guys. Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's LOS, interesting. Doing something new every day, guys. Oh, wait, this one. Red may be a healer, but I think historically it never was really a healer, right? I mean, it was a DPS with, I mean, it was just basically like a halfway black mage and a halfway white mage. I mean, I was almost hoping for, like, you know, like the elemental spells, but they took out elemental, so basically all you're getting is fast casting with red mage. That's all it is, and then, you know, you have decent cures. Basically a healer. That's true. You're not wrong. I mean, it was basically a healer but then you had options with red mage, obviously, because, you know, you can solo crap, and then you did have nuking abilities. I mean, obviously you weren't gonna be anywhere near what a black mage could do, but well, I mean, it was also kind of the enfeebling masters. So, you know, a white mage couldn't enfeeble as good as a red mage. Then you had, of course, the other buffs, so it was kind of like supportish. You hate playing DPS, yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. But I am kind of a caster by nature, if you want to say that. So for me, this is up my alley. Caster job, so and so forth. Like I'm ranged. I'm a ranged player. I'm a caster player. Like melee for me is not. I'm not typically a melee person, but I'll do it. It's fun. But I'm really like a ranged caster at heart. Oh really? So what's your main, I guess you can say, PvE class? Healer or tank? Because I mean, I've only really seen you on Bard, so I've never really associated you with doing like anything but. Well, I guess Warrior too, like you do Warrior. But I think I've seen you more on Bard. Tank for PvE? Okay. For PvE, you know what class I am for PvE? Eternal. I am whatever the crafting and gathering class is that I need. That is my PvE main class. Cause I don't PvE, man. After this I'll show you oh, die here. Yeah, I had a witching engine on purpose. I feel like that's gonna hurt, but it didn't kill me. I'll show you kind of a one screen demonstration of what my PvE situation is. Garuda says hi. Poor Garuda. She misses, Garuda misses PvPing, guys. You should petition for Garuda to be able to PvP once again. 1 hour. That's it? Only 1 hour? It's like baby talk. Now it's not. I mean, I did Warrior in PvP season 6. I did pretty alright, but I've never touched like Paladin Darknet. Oh shit, I don't have a trail kit. Oh well. Going fast, boys. I'm not high enough for my full combo. Got any LP again? Alright. Actually, when I was doing the level 20, the 420 boss, I was kind of like I had full buffs on him. So again, I was trying to go fast, and it just felt like so long. Like this one it's not that bad, but for some reason that boss was just like taking fucking forever. Nope. Like the bosses are just like they're just endurance battles basically, which I'm not complaining because at least what happened in Palace was that like the bosses were definitely like ball kickers to certain classes. Like Behemoth was like, I mean, only Red Mage could, well, no, that's not right. The only jobs I can clear Behemoth 184 solo is Red Mage and healers. That's it. But the problem is healers are never gonna get to like that high to begin with because the DPS just is horrible. I really wish they gave back the old cleric stance for healers. That would make Palace and this and Heaven on High like literally a world difference. You'd probably see healers clearing like floor 200 and floor 100 of Heaven on High like easy before Red Mage. If they had one little thing, and that would be the old cleric thing in the game. That's how big of a difference it would be. But they don't, so. But anyway, like, no other class can kill Behemoth faster than it can meteor your face. Like, you can probably survive 3 meteors maximum before you're out of everything that can possibly kill you. And maybe some DPS shops have enough bursts to kill in 30 seconds, but it's super risky. And then you'd think like a paladin would maybe survive Behemoth, but what you have to remember is that the thing you have to remember is that it does percentage HP, so the more HP you have, the more you have to cure through, and that's what would suffer with Paladin. You wouldn't be able to cure back all that HP that you lost because you're a tank. Red Mage, it's just a joke. Like, you can easily cure through Meteor, no problem. But I do have to say that was definitely my favorite boss fight. But then, like, let's say miracle of miracle, you're not a Red Mage, and you made it through. You're not a Red Mage, and you're not a healer, and you made it through Behemoth. And for more miracles, you made it through to the 190 boss. The 190 boss cleaves and does like tank buster damage for more or less like 75% of your HP. So I don't see how any other job other than maybe a tank can survive the cleave. And there's still more stuff coming at you, so I don't know, it's just the way it's set up, the bosses make it impossible. But here, I feel like most, if not all, classes can defeat all the bosses. Even the 90 boss. I haven't touched the 90 boss yet. But I think with even steel and strength and all that, maybe frailty on, I think all classes can clear can clear every boss in Heaven on High, and that's really nice. Just the thing that's gonna kill the runs is, you know, getting through the floors. That's what's hard. So like for Paladin, when I was attempting 81 plus, I mean it took me, I mean you weren't too much in a risk of dying. It's just that it took me like 15 minutes to get through the first floor, taking it slow. So I mean, unless you had a lot of luck getting like petrifications and magicites all day, all night, yeah, you're not gonna clear. I mean, when I died on Paladin on 83, it was kind of a really bad situation because I was trying to find a Chimera, and then like two patrols came walking towards me, and I had to make a decision, like, am I gonna LOS these guys or am I gonna dodge? And then I died to Ramboy, so that's unfortunate. I had 2 petrifications, so I could have at least gotten to 85, maybe a little bit further. Definitely not gonna die. So that was unfortunate. But I'm sitting, at least I'm sitting rank 1, so I hope no one passes me for a while. I actually don't want to go back to Paladin for a little bit. That was frustrating. The bosses took like 14 minutes to clear. But I didn't use buffs. I didn't use steel and strength because I really wasn't afraid of dying. It was just an endurance fight. But yeah, so that's what you're looking at. Yeah, 1 to like 20 is still somewhat dangerous. You don't want to be like too like, oh, this is too easy. It's not like Palace of the Dead where the first 30 floors. No, the first 20 floors are kind of definitely a joke, and then it kind of gets a little bit harder if your levels are not high enough. Here, it doesn't matter with levels. I mean, you probably try to get 70 before level 10. Pretty much just for points. That's it. But you can survive pretty easily. And the items come pretty frequently too. So I'm gonna burn a lot of items pretty fast, but I'll get them back when I actually need them. Always be sure to edge walk. It's a safer method of doing it. Alright, see ya, man. Have a good night. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Nice talking. Also, if you're not 70 yet and you're climbing, pop those alterations. Because you get bonus XP from, even if it's a mimic, not as much as a Mandy. The Mandy will give you max bonus XP. The mimics will give you like, maybe, let's say if a Mandy is ×3, a mimic will give like ×2 instead of ×3. That's kind of different, but it's still more XP, so it's kind of worth it. Also, until about 50, the mimics are pretty easy to burst down. Like, you really shouldn't get hit by pox if you have a burst set up and ready to go. And that's kind of one thing you do want to do when you do any levels, like, let's say, 30 up when you're 70. Even for all classes, you kind of want to make sure that when you're dealing with trash mobs, don't burn your load on the trash mobs, because you're killing them fast anyway. Save bursts for when, you know, you hit a lure where you pop a mimic. That's when you want to utilize like your actual huge bursts to get rid of them. Because otherwise you're gonna be in a load of trouble if you can't kill things fast enough when you really need to do so. Alright, first 2 floors in 5 minutes, that's not bad. And we're going fast, guys, it's speed running. But this time we're not gonna wipe on 21 up. Drive my burst up through this. So there you go, at least I had everything up going. I was wishing. That's basically what I was saying here. Also keep in mind, if you are one of the awesome people who have subbed to my channel, I'm trying to get the guys to, because my subscription emoji is a mimic, and I want to try to get it to the point where, like, anytime you guys see a mimic, to definitely spam that emoji, to either give me luck or to make fun of me. I don't know, whatever reason you want to make it. Story of my life, guys. That's how this night's been going all the time. Whatever. I'm gonna do it again because it's still early. Yep, that's kind of been how it's been the whole night. So I guess even if I had a 61 run, it would have died because of my stupid internet. What a joke. What a joke. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be calling my provider tomorrow. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Like, fix your shit, holy crap. So this is why this is an angry stream, guys, because I'm, like, this is, like, now you, like, live, you saw exactly the problem I've been having. And as much as I'd like to, you know, do runs and stuff, this is kind of, like, just kind of the bullshit that I'm dealing with. Alright, we'll try it again, whatever. There was only 10 floors that I missed out on, but Bah. And that's kind of the risk that you run with doing a solo run, and it's really irritating. Okay. Again, we'll do this again. Once more. But if seriously, like, it's 2 AM and I disconnect again, that we're just gonna kill the stream, and I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna be very angry, and then I'm gonna wake up, and then we're gonna call the internet and be like, fix your shit, because this is irritating. Alright, I guess you guys get to see 4-1 again. Why is the thing like just laggy? Maybe it should be okay. We'll do it again, all over again. Just feel like I'm dropping frames though. Oh, I see why. Because my, okay, I got it. I think it should be okay now. Sorry for the lag, guys. I think I had my thing playing because it restarted again. Hold on. Actually gotta change the window, so. Okay, here it is. I see you start. Oh shit, that's gonna kill me. Okay, that's okay. I killed 2 things though. It's progress. Okay, 1 sec. So we gotta fix the lag. Oh man, you too? I don't know, it's been one of those nights. I was at 59. I was right about to enter the boss, and then my internet said no. And it's my internet, like it's not the game, it's the internet. So yeah, and my run at the time, like I was perfect with items, like I had everything there, it was so nice, and then rip. Alright, I'm still lagging, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm just gonna close my other browser. Give me a sec. Okay, we're just gonna close this now. But I think also, like, other people were saying that they were getting disconnects too. So it might not just be like the provider, it might also be like maybe it's like internet everywhere or something like that. Yeah. But except in PAL, it's just worse because you have this, because of the amount of hours that you're gonna dedicate to, and then for it to blow up in a run, it's like fucking kill yourself. Like spend like 15 hours and then for it to lose at a disconnect, and you've constructed this like perfect set of commanders, and you're like it's going well, and then boom, 90k. Oh man. I mean, I'd still would take it, like, if it just doesn't log us out, that would be fine. Like, keep us in the game. Like, yeah, we disconnected, but keep us in the game so we can get back in or something. That would be nice. I mean, I don't see how that could be exploited. Because, like, if your character is stuck in a position and you're trying to get back in, I mean, the downfall of that is, like, something could spawn and kill you, but at least your character's still there. Like, you know, you could, if I know my internet might die, I'd like pop a raising real quick and then hope for the best. I mean, that's not really something I don't really can see how you can kind of exploit that to your benefit. So I don't know. It's just kind of bad how that works. unfortunate. I guess that's what they want us to suffer, basically. Yeah, I know. I think I'm dead again. Oh, look at that. Fucking clutch. I hate these sharks, man. I wasn't even really prepared for that shark anyway. Kinda just spawned on me. I know, I just wish there was just some like other alternative to it. And it's like 2 years, right? It's 2 years of this issue, and they never really found an alternative solution. They're just satisfied with the fact that Solar Wars are just suffering. And then there's been so many people that have complained about it on the forums and all that. We should definitely just do like a save state for your position and stuff, and not clear out the instance. At the very least, that would be cool. But yeah, they'd have to write a whole bunch of code for it. That probably is too much work. Whatever. But I guess like, since there's really no value other than the title, there's no like rewards for ranking and all that. Then it is kind of something you kind of push to the side, I guess, because it's not that important. I guess if you had like competitive, like true competitiveness to it, and rewards and stuff, that would be a different story. But you know, so alright, I need to have a burst up for this shark. So was that your latest attempt, Sephar? At 63, or did you climb any further on another file? This is still my 5th attempt. Well, officially my 5th attempt. I don't include the disconnects as an attempt. Me seeing a scoreboard is what I consider an attempt. 10 minutes ago. Oh, that sucks. Damn. I'm definitely gonna be calling my internet tomorrow, and just gonna be like asking, like, you know, what's up with the internet, like things been going out, like the past week basically. Three successful failures. Okay. I've had 4 successful. Was it 4? Yeah, 4 successful failures. I'm impressed that you got. Would you say you got like high 80s and then 91 on 1 and 2? I mean, I guess I'm sort of on pace too. At the same pace you. I went 76, 83, and then 89. Wait, did I do that? Was that how I did it? Yeah. So I guess like progressively it would have been that would have been nice if like if it was like 76, 83, 89, the next one would be like 90, what is it? Like 93 or something, but I was 87 instead, but 83, 91, 86. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I mean I could have probably reached 80, 81 on my first set, but I think mammoths were just ripping me apart. And then DPS checks were just kind of horrible nightmares coming back to me. Like, oh, not DPS checks again. Please wreck my life. But now my second attempt, I guess retrospectively I should have thought it out a little bit more, but I picked up 2 Odins. But then also the floors were kind of shitty, so I used it on floor 70 and floor 80 Odin. But I was definitely like in a position where I had to use Odin because my time was really bad. But now I'm a little bit more cognizant on my time management now than my previous runs. So like I'm definitely what I really want for each run now is to have an Odin and then save it till 90. Even if I don't end up using it, it's just I'd rather have it for 90 than any other floor period. Because then like you can like 81 to 90 is obviously going to be a time killer, but just to have kind of that semi-relief that you can at least one-shot the boss in less than a minute, that's going to be really useful. Because the boss is definitely a time killer compared to the floors. Yeah, absolutely. It would save you time and it saves you commanders. I mean, it's just a big save of everything overall. Like if you don't have to use the commanders to speed it up or anything, I mean, and then you know you can basically save. You said you soloed in 15 minutes without any items, so that's just huge. It is too rare. I've only seen I mean, believe right, I don't know how many of you've seen, but I've done this already. This is my 5th attempt, right? So I went 76, 83, 89, 87. And then that's also, I know I've had like how many other attempts that have failed because of the disconnected stuff. I've only seen 2 Odins, and I've only seen it on, that was only all on my 2nd attempt. Like I picked them up back to back. That's it. I've never seen it ever again. Oh really? Without any commanders? So you're starved. I think for us. Maybe I did say this before, but I think for us to be successful, you've got to be sitting like almost full stock by 80. If you're full stock by 80, you're gonna probably be good. I mean, you can definitely take time and manage it, but you'd be in really good shape instead of having to struggle for items. But so far, I have not been able to have that perfect scenario where like my commanders are really good, so good that yeah. That everything's back up. I mean, it's possible, but you have to have quite a little bit of luck on 71 up to achieve that. I think you need more. I think you need less bad luck than more good luck. So if you had kind of a neutral luck, you'd be alright. But a lot of times it's more bad luck than good luck. Odins, yeah. Maybe I've had, actually maybe I've picked up 3 total. I've seen 3 total. I think I saw one in another. I think I did have another one, maybe my 3rd attempt. And I think I strategically used that where I kind of pushed the floors to kind of maximum time to check all the items, and then I kind of decided, okay, I'm gonna use it here. I think I used it on Cerberus because that fight's long as hell. I use it on him so I can take time on floors. Now my goal today, I was really hoping I'd reach 61 before like 3 AM. That's gonna be kind of tight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. 60. I wanna actually try to get my files to 61, and then I'll do the stream at night. To start from 61. Starting from 71 just felt really bad when I did it last night. I just felt like I had so much rust that I needed to pull out, and then it kind of screwed me over for the whole night. I think 61 is a good safe spot that you'll be able to do, you know, a good stream, and then at least have enough time to finish it before the night's over or something like that. So 61 is my goal each day, to have a file at 61 before I stream. again, time-wise, I might be pushing it a little bit. I know, right? Man, I was 10 minutes from getting that file steady, but now in retrospect, excuse me, in retrospect, I would have lost that run anyway, and I probably would have been pissed more, because I would have been at like 70 or something, like 71, and then my internet would have said no, and I would have lost the file then. That would have really angered me. Oh my god. But still, I'm definitely that problem needs to be solved, because I can't mentally take it like you build and construct really good runs for it to die because of the internet for no other reason. So do you know if your 90k was the game or was your internet? Couldn't tell. I know, like, when I was doing an early stream of my climb, on Sunday, I think. So I was doing, like, you know, I figured, you know, or Saturday, like, let me stream my setting up for a run for night. So I didn't have my mic, I didn't have my camera on, and OBS, you know, OBS tells you your upload speed, it tells you your drop frames, and then it was dropping frames like hell, and like, also, like, I had my TV on. I had my TV on, which is like PlayStation View, so that's streaming stuff. So once the TV like stops, I'm like, shit, this is not good. So the TV is going, like, you know, it's pausing, it's hiccuping, and I look at OBS, and OBS is at like 0. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a disconnect. And I'm pretty sure if it was just a game, like, I wouldn't, like, I don't think I'd lose frames from just a game going out. And I mean, obviously, definitely my TV wouldn't go out, so I'm like 95% sure it's my internet. So, but like I said, like you're already like the 3rd or 4th person that has said that the internet's been not great. So I wonder if it's kind of a nationwide thing or a provider thing. I hope not. Or kind of like the evil side of me is like, well, I just hope everyone else is experiencing it too, so at least we're all suffering. Because I'd hate to lose a chance at the world first because my internet said no. Like, that would be so stupid. Oh, Comcast? Oh yeah, my Light Party teammate for PvP, I think has had Comcast, and he's been so pissed off at it. He's not, like, he's changing soon, but he was really angry with it. Comcast is not the greatest, from what I've heard. I have like Cablevision Optimum. It's been alright. It's just I am kind of used to it a little bit, kind of hiccuping in the summer with the heat, but still, it's still frustrating. I mean, like, it's almost like the entire year that I had been doing like Palace. It's been good. Like, I don't disconnect in PvP. I don't really disconnect in other times in the game. But then, like, now when I need my connection to be basically perfect, it's like taking shits. It's just frustrating. I hate it. But we all suffer it, I guess. It's a thing. We just gotta shrug it off and keep trying. But I'll get a little bit. Well, I guess I'll see. I'm still only at 3 people for my FC doing Light Party for Heaven on High, but we might be doing Light Party tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be a stream of me soloing again. Or just worse than normal. Well, I mean, to that statement, right? When they when it was introduced, I mean, I think people were legitimately disconnecting because the servers are overloaded, and I believe that, and that's probably also true. But now, I don't think it's the case anymore. I don't think it's the servers. But yeah, it does ironically kind of do feel like it's more sensitive. It's like more sensitive than other content. But I will say, like, there was one time I think I disconnected like 3 times on attempts, and I think this was the weekend that I was talking about earlier. And so I'm like, fuck. So I go do like my Beastman charge because I'm trying to get Dark Knight up to 61. That's the last job I have to get to 61 so I can work on all classes. And as I'm doing my Beastman, like I'm trying to pop something and my game definitely like hiccups and stops and nothing loads. I'm like, yeah, that's internet. That's not Heaven on High servers. That's not, you know, these servers. That's definitely internet. That's kicking me out. And then again, like my TV goes out also, so it's like, yeah, that's not the game anymore. Or that's not, or rather, that's not this content specifically anymore. That's definitely something else going on. And then we had OBS doing the drop frames and all that. So I remember one time I was doing Palace. I was on Monk. I was on Monk, and I was on floor, I think 81, or like the 81st floor, and then I disconnect in 85. I'm like so pissed off. I'm like, no, disconnect. And then I go back and I re-enter the floor. I'm like, oh wait, I can re-enter the floor. I'm like, alright, let's do this again. But then I forgot that, like, of course you can re-enter the floor from up to 100, because it's only past 100 when you have to have the zero deaths. So then after I clear 100, I go to the file to try to go to 101. I'm like, oh, that's right. So I waste more time because I forgot that was the case. It was funny. I would have killed the file right then and there, but I forgot about the kill thing. Yeah. Have you tried Solo Ninja? Well, I mean, I tried, and I didn't get past like floor 5. I was trying it, but man, but I don't play, like, I don't have any knowledge with Ninja, so I'm trying to learn it on the spot. I will go back to it. I will do all classes, cause I think some of the viewers here have responded saying that they watched my old Palace videos, and I'm really grateful for that, and I'm glad that hopefully that helped people out. But I definitely recorded all of my attempts on all classes, and I think for Palace I did every single class on Palace, and they're up on YouTube. And I want to do the same thing again for Heaven on High, because it's fun, and also getting my name up on Olympics, it's fun. I don't have too many first places left anymore in Palace, and I don't think I see myself trying again to do that, but I definitely will do it for Heaven on High. So, really? Why did I miss you? But I think what I'm gonna kind of do is let's say I finish Red Mage. Well, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be pushing Red Mage really hard, like non-stop. If someone from Japan gets the world first, I will still continue to try to get at least the NA world first. If one of you guys, like Sephar or the other one, I forget his name, but the one that just passed you on rankings, if someone on NA gets the world first, I'll probably chill on Red Mage a little bit and try exploring the other classes, because it's like, you know, oh, I got world second, it's like, I'll get it eventually. Let me just kind of branch off, but I'll probably do it in like sections. So like, I'll finish the casters, and then maybe I'll go to like the range DPS, and then I'll go to the melee DPS. I'll kind of do them all kind of together, so my mind doesn't kind of change like the roles like from one role to another. That might scoop me up a little bit. So Alethea. No, Maggie got world first. I'm sorry, got NA first. I'm very sure Maggie got the second. Well, we could actually check that, right? Because it'll be on the page. I'm fairly sure Maggie got world second, and then I know someone, I think on Aether, maybe that was them that got the third clear. I remember that on Reddit, the Reddit post. So I'm almost definite Maggie got it at second. So Maggie second, yeah. That's what I thought. But there was definitely someone that did it that got it, the third person that got it. I mean, I'm pleased that I was sitting like world first for a little bit of time early on, and then there was just like too much bullshit, and I think maybe PvP started too, and I'm like, forget this, I'm done. I probably had 1 or 2 runs where either I disconnected or just too much bullshit happening, so I gave up. But I commend them for continuing to push it through. I think, yeah, I was thinking maybe 4, but I think when I kept looking, it was always 3 when I was looking at all the numbers. Yeah, because I remember Maggie's post. Someone showed me on one of the discords that they made a post that they cleared it. I was so happy for them because I was talking with them for a little bit when we were trying to climb before the clear, and then they wrote the guide and stuff, and yeah, I was really glad. But they spent months, I think, a lot of time trying to do it, and I could have dedicated that same amount of time, but I do PvP also, and like it's almost like I would have calculated like the time that they cleared it. It would have been like I would have had to sacrifice like 2 seasons of PvP, which that would have, like, I don't know, I can't do. I'm always doing the seasons in PvP solo whenever it comes out, so I couldn't do that much dedication. So, but I was really happy that they got it. Nothia, I don't know too well about. They kind of just sneaked up there. I didn't really see them climbing early on, but also, you know, good for them. But that's good to know that the one sitting rank 1 is someone that cleared powers also. So that means it's rough competition, but it's nice to see it. Okay. Yeah, what I definitely hope, at least bare minimal, is one of us, any of any Aether guys. Actually, it's probably just Aether. I don't think Chaos and Primal are gonna pull it off. It's gonna be Aether. That one of us clears it before the Japanese do. I know Sagi in Japan, who's world first, is the highest currently in Japan. But I also feel like they're really going for high scores too, not just for clears. Like right now I'm in the mode of just kind of doing this as fast as possible. I don't care about points anymore. I just want to get it done because I've disconnected so many times already. But they're in the business of getting the high points, and that's kind of like, if my internet was perfect ×2, I would go for just the points. But now it's like I just want to get to the harder parts faster, so I can learn more and perhaps clear it. And then once the clear is done, then we can worry about high scores if needed. I probably wouldn't care anymore after that. I'll probably just be happy and work on the other classes. Yeah, welcome to Melee. To an extent, I'd say. I mean, if we're all going for just the first clear in the title, then it's like it's not even worth it. But you know, after that, like once you do the clear, then yeah, I mean, you know, it would be kind of exciting to post a really high score. But yeah, I mean, to an extent too, it's like you know how much RNG that you're gonna have to deal with, and that just to even clear up there. But hey, I mean, there's some enjoyment to it. I can understand that. Alright, get back up with us. It's high competition. High competition for Aether Red Mages right now. But I'm a little bit worried though, because the Japanese boards haven't moved for 2 days. I feel like all of a sudden, like, you're gonna see like all these people like jumping up on the boards. They probably spent like 1 or 2 days farming potsherds like I did or something, just to get to a good number so that they can go straight through. Maybe they're in like a team that just farms potsherds at like a crazy pace or something like that. As efficiently as possible, just clear 21 to 30 as fast as humanly possible. With 1,000 pots. I'm going with 500. If I'm at around 500, I'm alright. That's what I'm gonna go with the beach run. But then, like, I still, like, if I go through a successful run, I'd still would need to spend time farming more after that. So, but 500 I think is enough for the full clear. With of course a little bit of backup in case you start running out. 240, yeah, that's mathematically it's 240, but you know, you probably use like 200 or something. Yeah, same. I like 71 to 80. I used like maybe like 60, but then after that it's like no holds bars. It's like if I could have a separate macro that just recycles it forever, I would be having that going too. Alright, let's see internet. Come on, internet. Get me to 61, alright? Get me to 61, let's go. 2 hours. Like 2 hours to get to 61, let's go. Probably not happening. Probably get maybe up to 50, I think. That might be okay. Leveling it from 61 tonight. Yeah, I've been doing Beastman quests for the jobs I have left over. I only have Dark Knight left. Everything else I got before the patch. I just got it to 61. Like I actually just got Samurai to 61. I got White Mage to 61 before the patch. There was a couple other jobs that were slacking a little bit, and the Beastman tribes, like the 60 Beastman tribes, are really good experience. So unless you're trying to really push it for one night, just do the beast tribes just do daily beast tribes, the 6 of them for the job, and you'll be done in like 3 days. Super easy, very minimal effort. Yeah, but the beast tribes for 50 is a little bit slower. I mean, it's still good, obviously, better than like having to do leaves and all that. Oh, you're doing palace runs? Yeah, I couldn't do that. Oh yeah, I'm already spending so much time in a palace-esque area that I'm not gonna keep running the same content over and over. 60 to 61. Yeah, I mean, if you're kind of getting bored of palace, I would suggest doing beast tribes. That's totally, you'd be done real fast. Assuming you have it unlocked and all that, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much same. Like, I'm pretty much predicting like by the time I reach my wit's end with Heaven on High, like all my jobs are gonna be at like 60, 70 rather. They're all gonna be 70 because I've been spamming all of them to level, either to farm potsherds or to just try to get a high score on the boards. And then on top of that, you know, you get all the achievements and stuff for clearing all the jobs. And I do have like a mini achievement competition with one of my FC members. They're somewhat close to me, so I'm trying to keep ahead of them as best as I can. Yeah, the tomes are nice. I'm using those to kind of gather up some crafting materials that, like, you know, will get recycled in the future. I should use the petrification. So much for going fast. Whatever. We'll remember that next time. Okay. 7,000 tones, I know. That's kind of how it is also with PvP with the wolf marks. But I use those to get ventures. Something here. Oh, because this is a flight point. Deep dungeons and craft. Kinda sound like me. I'm pretty much a crafting main and a gathering main. But I do PvP. PvP is the one that kind of occupies a lot of my time because that's usually kind of all year round. Although right now it's only light party and the and kind of prepping for the regional champions and stuff. But before it was a lot of palace, like just palace. And I was making all the videos and I only really started streaming kind of late into it. Like I didn't really stream as much. I did more videos than I did streaming, but then I started to stream more palace. People were kind of interested in watching it, and then now like I've been doing a lot of PvP streams before. And then now I'm, you know, I figured to carry it over to Heaven on High, do like a combination of videos and on YouTube, and then doing actual streams and stuff. Or is that just deep dungeon and crafting? Definitely not PvP. I would have seen them in PvP. Oh, I gotta get the petrification. Yeah, I mean, like this, like a dungeon and craft. Like, I literally don't do PvE at all. Like, I don't raid. I don't even have like a lot of dungeons unlocked. Like, I just don't find it enjoyable. I don't like it. But PvP for me is fun because, you know, I guess there's that relation of PvP and this content because it's not your traditional scripted stuff. It's not always straightforward. I mean, obviously you have to have an understanding of your rotation, but there's still kind of this whole, you know, on the call type reaction that you need to have. You know, the oh shit moments and the randomness of what you have to do, what's in front of you, and that I think relates to PvP, and that's why first I like PvP, obviously, but then that's why I kind of like this content too. Yeah, I'm maxed out also. I don't know. I followed someone's guide to go like with the tier 5 overmelds and stuff. So I'm pretty maxed out and I'm ready to go for whatever they include in the next patch. My crafting and my gathering gear are pretty much like set for life for now. I just hate how it's the only thing I hate about crafting, especially since pretty much Heavensward, is how it's been so easy. It's kind of demotivated me from really caring so much. Like, I'll max out the gear, I'll make all the new gear and stuff, but to make money out of it, it's kind of like bleh, because it's just like the market gets saturated so fast. Or before in Realm Reborn, it was like like the top crafters, we had like, you know, these on Cactuar, we had almost like a month before people caught up to the top crafters. So it's like we're just kind of like it was like 4 or 5 of us in the market. We were talking with each other, like, you know, where do we set prices, make sure we don't undercut each other, and then we controlled the prices for like a month. And then once people who finally catch up to us start putting stuff up and they start undercutting, so yeah, there goes the market. It is what it is. But you know, at least you don't see the market dying so fast. Where now it's like if new gear shows up from Stormblood, I mean the market's dead in like 5 hours. Like it's undercutting City in like 5 hours. So it's dumb. Yeah, I'm fully going. Oh, I mean, forget it. You just said ball monk, and that's it. I mean, Cactuar is now like the third, almost like kind of the third highest server, but forget about ball monk. Forget that server, man. It's too big. But yeah, no. Cactuar used to be really good with the markets, but I don't like make money anymore from crafting. It's kind of upsetting. That was the majority of how I make crafting, and I have a lot of guilt from it, but now it's just like, I'm not motivated. We joke because I was like the main crafter of my FC, but my good friend who I'm you know, competing in achievement points with and stuff has definitely taken the role of like crafting for everyone and still enjoys it. I'm like, alright, you take it over, I'm done, I'm retired. I can craft, but I'm not gonna do it anymore. So yeah, I mean, I still find it enjoyable to an extent, like making all the stuff, you know, having to not rely on paying things and all that, so I'll do it for that, for more self-interest and maybe for friends, but for the market board, I think I'm done in that department. I know, desynthesis, like, it's just such like a forgotten aspect of the game. It's really kind of annoying. Like, it's like they keep raising the cap, but then they don't make it any useful. That's really frustrating. That was really the thing back in Realm Reborn, right? Desynth was kind of a huge deal. Like, you had to have that thing, and that was so hard to level, and the time investment, that felt cool. You know? Like, you put the work in, you benefit out of it, but now it's like, it always feels like it's just this forgotten aspect of the game. Yeah. But it's like they keep raising the level and like nothing happens. It's so frustrating. I mean, granted, like, you know, let's say they do put something in for it, it'll take someone quite a long time to level it up to like the max the cap when you need it. And I was actually doing a little bit of desynth for Demimog stuff and a little bit of the Storm Sap, but it really wasn't that efficient. But that stuff is at cap. I mean, that at least put my leveling of the desynth to some usefulness, but even that is still kind of like, it wasn't really that useful. Like, it was better just to farm it the regular way with the desynth time, or pay for gil, but I didn't pay for gil for it. So I kind of just wish they just made the crafting harder again and challenging, because it isn't challenging with the abilities that we have. I don't know if you saw the Reddit post, where there was someone that made a twin silk body piece in like level 25 gear. It took them, I think it took them like 4 or 5 hours, but they were just basically proving a point that, like, because of the way the abilities are in crafting, like, you don't need, I mean, it's not really a challenge. Like, someone could perceivably make the hardest gear in, like, you know, in like 4 hours. Not a practical amount of time, but it's still possible. That I don't think that should be a thing. Stone, yeah. Right? Did you find it useful? Because I didn't find it kind of worth the time. How do they do what? Oh good, I finally got one of these fools. So I've been waiting for one of these fools so I can go like haywire on it. Yeah, I didn't find it worth it at all. I was close, like because of PvP, like it was pretty easy to do it, and then I was using all my poetics to level it up, so I was kind of sitting at about 270. Easy, from like just freely doing it, but running POTD and sorry, 2 monitors. Oh. No problem. Crafting something at 4. I think there's a way to do it, like you're cycling out like Whistle While You Work, and then like Tricks of the Trade, and you get to a certain point when you're I guess you can recycle your CP that it doesn't run out. So basically you're just slow progressing everything forever. And like quality is going up like 1, 2, 3 each time you progress, but you never run out of CP when you do it. So that's something I think there's a rotation that actually did get posted about how to do it like that. Like it takes like 3 to 4 hours, but it's a legitimate rotation that just recycles CP so you never run out. So you can perceivably craft till the end of time, and you won't run out of CP. Stupid. It's so retarded. Like that should not be possible. Because I can tell you in Realm Reborn, like we definitely got crafts where, I mean, unless you figured out a good rotation and you got lucky at the same time, a good rotation plus luck, and you'd actually be successful in unlocking one of the master books. But now it's like, you know, I couldn't tell you. I just scanned at it and laughed. I just saw like, you know, it's like Tricks of the Trade and doing some of the specialty abilities. I think you have to keep up the what is it called? The new one called? The one that kind of lessens CP as you use abilities. Like that has to be up permanently. Initial preparation. You have to have that permanently, and then you're kind of just cycling like Whistle while you work, I guess, for progress, and then the other ability like Trick of the Trade for just maintaining CP all the time. It's like it's some ridiculously set up rotation. Alright, now we're going fast, boys. Let's go. Yeah, and then that's also the other thing. It's like they have all these abilities, but sometimes like they're either pointless or useless. Like, why are we getting abilities that we're not going to use? Before in Realm Reborn, like, you know, we had all the abilities that were given to us at 50, and then there was some abilities where it's like, you know, we like old rotations, like we shoved it under the rug, but because of the new content that came out, you had to kind of unearth it because you realize, oh wait, I actually need this old one that everyone thought was useless because it's the only thing that can be used to progress this thing. But now it's like the way it's set up, it's just you know, just so easy. We'll just let Titan out because I had an extra one. Yeah, I mean, basically the only thing you're doing with rotations is whether or not you're gonna take like 30 minutes to make it or set it up in a macro. But I mean, it's almost like you're gonna be successful, just whether or not you're going to grind it out for a long time or not. That's the only difference, and that's kind of dumb. It should be a challenge. It should be to the point where, like, unless you figure out the perfect rotation, or at least a very good one, then it's uncraftable. That's how it used to be. But I guess people complain too much, and then you have what you have now. Alright, internet, come on, let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, all that in culmination has kind of made me kind of meh about crafting. I will keep up with the gear, you know. I'll use it when I need to make like food and stuff, but making it for Gil, it's just, that's kind of dead now. Yeah. I mean, my friend is still crafts by hand, and I commend her. But I'm like done with that. Like I'm not gonna do that anymore. I will craft with macros from here on out. I used to, like, you know, have fun making my own rotations, figuring out how to make crafts and stuff. That was exciting. But now it's like such a waste of time. When someone can just do it, when someone can just do all the work, and then I'll just take the macro. Sorry to say, but yeah, I mean, there's no motivation. Like before, like, you know, it would be kind of a race to figure out your rotation and then make the items, and then you'd have to compete in the market because there's not that many people because they're still trying to figure out rotations. But now it's like rotation's gonna be up in like an hour of the post, an hour of the patch, and then market's gonna be saturated in like 3 hours. It's like yeah, they still craft, you know, just hitting all the buttons without macros and stuff, because they enjoy it. I mean, I used to enjoy that too, but now it's just, I can't do it anymore. I gotta just hit the 2 buttons, 1 or 2 buttons, and be satisfied. And make shit. When was that? When is that, Rhea? That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe the XP, but we never used it. I never found a need to use it. I think there was probably one time when I was trying to hit a certain like requirement or something, but I never really used the buffs on my FC. Fuck, I didn't kill it. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. This is what killed me last time. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. This is really bad. I'm gonna die. I'm so dead. I'm gonna die. I'm not surviving this. Oh my god, I dodged. I'm not gonna survive unless he uses the thing. I'm dead. Oh, that was lucky. All right, I'm not doing that again. Fucking otter. Yeah, it felt like it was gonna use it soon, but I didn't know if it was gonna get one more off before it used it, so I got lucky. Alright, well, that's how I died last time. We're not gonna do that again. Oh boy. Rent Disguise, yeah, that's so lucky. Oh man, that would have made this meme night more meme. I'll say that much. Yeah, if it's auto sprint, you could easily survive. Yeah, you can kite forever. That's kind of funny to have auto sprint in the large floor. That's kind of hilarious. Like nothing can get to you. It's great. Well, I mean, you don't even actually need auto sprint in the big floors. You can still kind of kite forever, but it's definitely useful. Right, I gotta actually not take those dumbass risks, because dying like that is just so embarrassing, especially on stream. Like, but the transformation, it's more painful because I believe isn't it like double the duration of what it was in Palace? Like I don't think Toad was 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds auto is like it's like that's almost like that's the end of the game pretty much. Yeah. Was it 20? I definitely think it wasn't 30 seconds, because 30 seconds feels like it feels like forever. Right? I mean, that, like, I don't know if it's 15 or 20, but it's definitely not 30. And 30 seconds just feels like an eternity. Especially if you aggro something, it's like no way. Well, the problem with when I died on like 20 something I didn't realize the bell guy had ranged attacks. Like, I thought it was a melee, but his bell was shooting air at me, and it's like, well, now I can't get out. Like, at least the turtle was a melee, so I got lucky with a dodge. Like, it dodged its attack, and I was getting distance, and then it used its thing, so... Eaten by a big-ass snake. I guess. I mean, I do approve of a majority of the updates here, with the commanders and some of the changes and stuff, but... the thing with witching, there's two applications that I use it on in here. One application is on mimics, and I'll if it's more of the 51 plus mimics, I'll use it to delay it using pox. So like I'll do a bit of DPS on it, and then let's say about 5 seconds in, I'll use witching. So it buys me about 35 seconds or 40 seconds to kill it before it uses pox. So that saves you from having to burn a purity. I use it sometimes on lures, but like the higher floors, it's kind of useless because you're not gonna kill the enemies in 30 seconds. And the second application I use the witching is the big difference between Palace and Heaven on High is in Palace, I mean, you do have enemies that do enrage or DPS check moves, and what's one of the funny things that I see in Palace is when you're witching something and you're an LP and you're like in the higher levels, like once witching goes off, like they open up with like everything that could possibly hurt you. So like all the AoE fires off and all that. It's like a big huge like rape mode that happens. But here in Heaven on High, if you use witching on a target and it has a DPS check, so a DPS check usually is about 30 seconds from when you pull. It will reset its check, and it would almost act like you just freshly pulled it. So let's say you pull like a Yeti on 77, or a Yak, or one of the hippos. They all three of them DPS check in 30 seconds. They'll do their big ass move. So let's say you're DPSing it, you take like 25 seconds into it, and maybe you see them start using the DPS check. If you pop a witching, obviously it stops it. But let's say you're still trying to kill it, and witching comes back. Witching goes off. It won't use its DPS check anymore. It would still actually take another 30 seconds again, like you freshly pulled it before it uses it. So that's really nice to know, because you can at least fight those enemies, and if you're either kind of 100% sure you're not going to kill it in the DPS check, or maybe like you accidentally pulled like another one, you can use that as a tactic. So that's the second way I use it on my end. But I very rarely use it as an oh shit thingy. I'll use petrification before I use witching as an oh shit on like the lure or something, if I step on something. So, but that's definitely like a big change that I've noticed in Heaven on High, and that's a really useful change. And it comes in handy knowing that knowledge. Yeah, petrify. I mean, my yesterday's run where I wiped on 87, that was just so shitty because I was on the large floor. I popped the luring, so I had to petrify, but then I popped another luring, so I had to petrify again. So it's like, I had to waste 2 petrification on luck. Yeah. But you just have to be careful, because you also have to keep in mind that if you're witching, there's like, it's RNG in what it becomes, and if it's an imp, it'll still kind of do full damage, and that really sucks. If all 3 of them turn into an imp man, you're gonna die. So don't assume like you've mitigated all that damage because you're witching them. You gotta make sure that you kind of understand that there was a chance that it could still be doing full damage on your butt. The frogs and the chicken do. Well, I think the chicken does maybe like half damage, and I think the frog does like very little damage. So the chickens could still kill you, but the imps can really like hurt your world. Like I remember like turning a mimic into an imp, and that was like, it was still hitting me for like 10k. It's like, Jesus. Like it was almost like, what was the point in me changing into a witching when it's still hitting me hard? Yeah, I might as well just kite this thing anyway. So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's because like the mimic doesn't really do anything other than hit you, so if you change it to an imp, now it's almost like it becomes harder, because you're actually with the mimic, you kind of buy time when it starts trying to cast Pox and then it tries to use Death Trap, because that's opportunity for you to do damage. So by changing it into something that only does melee attacks, it actually makes it worse. Okay, on we go. Yeah, precisely. So my suggestion in Heaven on High, for you people that are planning to maybe solo and stuff, try to keep that in mind. That witching is really good for in the early floors for luring, to kind of stop a lot of damage, but just be mindful that if they change into imps, it might still do quite a bit of damage, but you do stop like attacks. And then later on, if you're dealing with DPS checks, and there are some scattered in some of the early floors, you wanna pop it so that you don't deal with the DPS check, and then it resets it. Because it would actually be tragic for you if you're soloing and you're in 21, and you pop a luring, and two of them are the hands, the blue hands. Because I remember those, I think, have a DPS check that will do a raid wipe, almost like the slimes in the palace that do raid wipe early on. So like doing a luring will definitely stop that from happening for at least 30 seconds, and then you also want to pick them up first and do it in a proper order. Take care of the ones that are most deadly first. Yeah, that's how I sometimes die too, Mac. Especially that happens a lot also in 71 against like the octopus and the jellyfish, the first set of jellyfish. It's almost like their damage is very, very sneaky. So it's almost like you're looking at your HP, it's like at 100%, and it's like you do one GCD and all of a sudden you're down to like 30%. It's like, what the hell just happened? Like you should have been curing, like you should have been pre-curing something, and then you're wrecked. Yeah, and then you're looking at your enemy's HP and it's like, oh, I can kill it, but then you realize that it's killing you faster than you're killing it, and it's like, oh well, then you die. That's happened to me a bunch of times too. Like consistent like hitting damage, and then having to avoid like you know, the AoEs. That I can kind of get into like a mental frame of like, okay, I'm incoming damage this point, so I should cure it because I have X amount of time before it tries to kill me. But then when things start to do like off global hits and like combination attacks, that's when it gets just way too scary. Like apes, for instance, when they do the cleave hit and they do the regular melee hit. I mean, that you can still get a mental timing for, but that's still like, that's just a lot of damage that you have to kind of anticipate and then properly cure and time everything. So yeah, everyone gets wrecked in the 71s. It's not surprising. I mean, I think a majority of us can agree that, like, you know, 71 is not horrible, but it definitely is the set that starts burning your pro-manners. Like, you can probably get to 70, you can probably get to 71 with everything stocked up, like 3 of everything, and then by the end, by like the time you're at 81, you're gonna be like burned down in a lot of pro-manners. But I think what you want to go for is, your goal is to be as much pro-manner as possible by the time you get there. And thank you for the follow, Twicky, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. This should have been... Did I fuck up my petrification? Holy shit. Oh, because it spawned. I'm dumbass. Oh, whatever. That was a free petrification. That's fine, that's fine. How far do you think Black Mage can reach in Heaven on High? I got to 74? Was it 74? And I think a mammoth like ate me for dinner, and I was still trying to learn how to deal with mammoths at the time. I know how to deal with them now, thankfully. I think someone on Aether got to 79, but I have a higher score, so I'm not too concerned right now with Black Mage. I'll sit on my high score. If someone passes my score, I'll reconsider going back to it. I think Black Mage can safely get to 81, maybe. I just don't know how they're gonna do against any of the enemies in 81, because one of the benefits that Red Mage has is its ability to kind of cast on the fly, to kind of move and cast, so you're kiting and dealing damage. And when you're kiting and dealing damage, there are chances that the enemy's globals don't go off. And also, like, let's say it's casting something, it gives you time to get space and then create damage, which means you have time for, like, regens to tick, you have time to cure yourself. Black Mage, you're kind of, if you want to deal damage, unless you're going to become a Thunder Mage, you've got to kind of just stand there and take it. And I don't know how much Black Mage can take before wiping, and I don't think you're going to kill something faster than it kills you. But it would still be interesting to watch. So I don't know how it would do. So that's my final answer. I don't know how it will do with 81 enemies, but it can. I'd say it can easily get to 81. I think I would honestly say maybe all jobs except healers can probably get to 81 somewhat decently. Now Paladin, for me to hit 81 in Paladin, I had to expend like all of my pomanders that I had, like all my petrification, all my magicites. I had full of everything, and I still passed it with only like 40 seconds left. I was really pushing it hard, and that's just like culminate. That's a result of Paladin's like lack of DPS. I think healers will suffer the lack of DPS immensely, so they may have a lot of issues getting up to 81. It's doable, I think. It's just going to be really painful. But I think a lot of the melee DPS and the range DPS and anything DPS should be alright in getting to 81, somewhat decently. Yeah, but I mean, that's the problem. I mean, one, you can only kite so long on Black Mage, unless you have a lot of space and a lot of daylight between the enemy. But I don't really know, like, if you're gonna be able to deal enough damage. I mean, I guess you can try to set it up so you can do foul bursts while you're kiting, but you need quite a bit of damage to kill an enemy in 81. Like, it's no joke. It's no joke up there. Like, you gotta really deal a good amount of damage. And like Black Mage can really dish it out if they're standing there, but I mean, you can probably open like Fire 3, Fire 4, Swift, and like Fire 4s and all that. Get one Thunder on there, and then hope for the best. But I am kind of interested to find out, just to see. But as I said, like right now I'm sitting rank 1 in Black Mage, and unless someone passes me, I'm really not gonna have a motivation to retry it. And I do want to try the other classes too. Like, I want to try Summoner, definitely. I want to try Summoner and Monk. Those are on my top list to try. Summoner, Monk, maybe Samurai, and then we'll start running down the list after that. Although Warrior, like Warrior, hello, like the NA and EU Warriors apparently all suck, because I think it's Elemental that like a bunch of them are like mid-80s. Like, they're almost climbing at the speed of Red Mage, except it's only on Japanese servers. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what are they doing that we're not? So it's kind of funny. So in the higher floors, if I do alluring, I will pop a regen just out of safety. Again, that's kind of in case like they all turn into imps and you're gonna take a lot of damage. I mean, in these early floors as red mage, like something solo isn't really gonna take you out too fast, but something actually, if 2 enemies are hitting you, that damage can sneak up on you. So if 3 enemies are hitting you, you might die in like 2 GCDs. So you do want to be a little bit cautious in terms of that situation. So I did pop a witching just to mitigate that, and then we popped the regen just to not take as much damage. Oh, nice. I like Dragoon. Dragoon was a fun job. I liked its burst in Palace, but I had such an issue when I did the 150 boss because of its animation locks from jump and stuff. So that I kind of felt bad. I could have probably gotten further on Dragoon, but yeah. I think on Palace rankings, someone passed me with a higher score, but I don't think they passed 150. 150's rough. You gotta really know what you're doing on 150 on Palace. But I like Dragoon's bursts. It was nice bursts, but I think Monk is probably gonna be once again the best melee DPS for this content. It was the best by far in Palace, and I think it's gonna be again the best here. The best melee in Heaven on High. I don't know if it's gonna clear, but it'll definitely be a strong candidate. I think it'll be way better than Paladin, in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna be safety here. If that chest explodes, I'm gonna aggro multiple things, and that won't be good. Again, as much as I want to run fast, I'm not gonna die here again. That was embarrassing. I died from being an otter, and that was shit. To those damn bell dudes. Third Eye might be a valuable contender versus Monk. Yeah, I think you're not wrong at all. And Samurai and Palace I think they did get pretty high in Palace also. That was kind of the first time I was playing Samurai when I did it in Palace, so my kind of understanding with it wasn't great. I had a bit more understanding of Monk because I did PvP with it a little bit, so I kind of understood its rotation. But yeah, definitely. And Samurai, its damage is really impressive with what I've been trying out. I recently got it to 61. So I haven't really gotten a taste of its 70 mode, but its damage up to 60 is pretty impressive. I'm gonna have to do that again because yeah, I forgot the resources. I mean, there's ways of kind of setting up like melee. If you're gonna do melee in this content, you gotta have to really play it, I want to say intelligently, because you gotta have to manage your bursts so you can kind of maximize it, but at the same time, you obviously don't want to take so many risks doing things and then putting yourself in a bad spot, because obviously you can't heal yourself, so kind of taking anything more than one enemy is going to be really tragic for you to deal with. But what the melee DPS have beneficial is their burst, and you should be able to kill targets relatively quickly. On top of that, you have Bloodbath, which will help you out. Monk just has the real help of having what do you call it? Fist of Earth, which is really the MVP in my opinion. Fist of Earth, and then on top of that, I mean, you now have Riddle of Earth, which boosts stat damage even further. So it's almost like you're running around with a Paladin and Shield Oath, except you have full damage with the Monk bursts and actual DPS, unlike a Paladin who can only do a combo and then occasionally Holy Spirit spam. So yeah, is it because of the combo of Third Eye and the heals that you get out of it too? I mean, you're only mitigating one attack every 15 seconds at 10%. I mean, Monk will have a permanent 10%. which is where it's a little bit more useful. And technically speaking, you're not losing. Well, you're not technically losing damage from Monk sitting in Fist of Earth, whereas opposed to if you change to like fire or something. It's not really damage loss in comparison. Oh yeah, no, it's huge. That's why I keep saying that Monk is like the MVP, because I mean having 10% is so like I remember in Palace going from Monk with the permanent Fist of Earth and then going to like Ninja or Dragoon. It's like holy crap, things are hitting me so hard. It's so noticeable. Yeah, definitely. I mean, once you have, again, if you have a very good understanding of the enemies in this content, that really goes a long way to know when they do certain attacks, the timing, when they do certain moves and such. That really helps you out in understanding when to use your proper mitigation. I mean, I'm sure that's you know, obviously a PvE thing, but you're also not fighting a mob for like 10-20 minutes and you're looking at rotation. You're dealing with different enemies at different times, but they still have their kind of set skill moves of when they're going to use it, the timing. It's not really random in terms of how they use their skills. So almost every time all these enemies will use an AoE more or less 4 or 5 seconds after you pull it. That's just the thing that they'll always do. Some of them might have like HP checks where if you get them down to a certain amount, then it starts doing it. Others you'll see just a traditional 30-second DPS check where after 30 seconds it'll use its big move. But these are things that are typically consistent, and then you can just kind of manage your way through that. And it helps, because I mean, knowing what's going to come at you, that's always a good thing. Like here, it's going to do the pushback, so we just run through it after some time. Every time. Doesn't need to be complicated. And then this guy does the pull-in, so you could LOS it if you want to, or you just kill it before it happens as well. But everything is pretty consistent in terms of that fashion. So let's see, exit. I gotta go back again. Yeah, I'm lazy. But does that cure from Samurai get any higher? Then like every time I see it getting used, it's usually like only for like 1k or like 1.5k, and that's kind of like meh in terms of your overall HP. Does it go higher? Does it go like 2k or something? Or can you actually modify it? I'm sure it goes higher with like Strength Commander probably, since it's attack based. Goes higher. Okay, this boy is sound, so I gotta pull it. Yeah. What's kind of the highest it could heal? Like 1.5? Or like 2k? Wasting my time. But like at 70, like let's say you're like 99 gear, full gear, and everything, like 440 or something. How much? What's its like max that it could cure? Or how much have you seen it cure for? Almost 2k. That's respectable. That's like a max potion every 15 seconds. So that's good. Because I mean, your super potions you have every minute, roughly every minute. So that's 6k every minute. So having a cure every 15 seconds, 30 seconds is 4k, so a minute every minute you get 8k out of it. That's not terrible. Oh yeah, that's right, it crits. Okay. I definitely want to touch Samurai after Monk. I want to give that a try at some point anyway. I want to pick up that buff after we clear the floor, because you can only get it once. In case you guys don't know, those minion buffs, they only use it once, and then that's it. So if you're an LP group, and you find it, and you decide, oh, it's here, let's stand in the thing. Well, if you use it and your party's not there, you kind of killed it for the rest of your group. So bear that in mind. Is it a 15-second recast too? So basically you have it up permanently, more or less. It was like 15 duration, 15 second. Yeah, 50 seconds, so you can have it permanently. So yeah, you just gotta use it properly. But it blocks like everything, right? So you can use it on like let's say that one just did a cleave. You can use it on that to block that damage. Although it kind of comes in quick though. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so that's something I'll have to learn how to kind of manage it appropriately. I think when I was doing pals, I was just using it as is. I don't think I was using it kind of maximizing its potential. Okay. Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to use it on like AoE though, because that's painful. But basically anything. I mean, that would be good for a boss, right? You use it to mitigate the damage from the boss doing its unavoidable moves. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of healing that Samurai can do, which is really nice. And that's actually one thing, that's why it kind of interests me in trying out Samurai. It's kind of its kind of utilization and its, I guess, its 61 plus skill sets, especially with the burst and stuff. Just to see how it kind of goes with damage and all that. I mean, I know Samurai has a bad rap in PvE generally because of, I guess because it doesn't have utility or something. But, I mean, in this content, it's a little bit different. Alright, I kind of need raising. Kind of going through without raising is always not the greatest thing. It's early. Your drag got full pendency, heal from life surge should. Oh no, 30 seconds it will be broken in. Yeah, for the lack of armor that they have. Yeah, probably. I think that's probably one. Well, in Palace, like what was nice about Dragoon was its burst was pretty OP. So you can kind of set up a burst and destroy your target like instantaneously, and that was really nice. You didn't have to really worry too much about taking so much damage in general. So that alone was really useful. It's just The only thing that stopped me on Dragoon was the 150 boss, where it was really complicated mechanics, and you know, jump animation locks and all that was not helping at all. But I think I got pretty safely to 150. I could have gotten higher, but well, I think a lot of things have base stats here and have it on high. That's why you can use food to some extent. You do get some stats in here. I don't know what it is, but you do get some stats. And I'll take the exploding chests over the mimics. I don't like finding the exit early. It's almost like what would you call it? Not a pet peeve, but you know you're playing an RPG, or you're a true RPG player if like anytime you go the right way, you're kind of pissed off. Like you always want to go the wrong way first, because that's always what you want to go for. Was that a Noku? Oh no, it's a water. I remember that being like a meme joke. Well, not really a meme joke, but a thing. Like you know you're an RPG player if the right way is actually the wrong way. I think that has only happened once where I've gotten 3 mimics. I know in like say Palace 181 plus and here I've definitely gotten a mimic into I did that on my 89 run. I got a mimic into a mimic. That was like I get it already, okay? We're not gonna win. We're not gonna clear this set of floors. Just stop with the nonsense. Armor value. I assume that some of that is still in the game. I couldn't tell you though. I mean, I guess maybe in my point of view, I can feel it if it feels like it's more damage or not. Almost just like, you know, you can tell, because especially like when you've been doing this solo a lot, in my opinion, like you can kind of have a feel of how long it'll take for you to die straight away, like how many shots it might take, what the enemy might do. So sometimes when you play a different job, you start to feel like, oh, okay, this is less damage, or oh, okay, this is a little bit way too fast. Like you're taking more damage than you're relatively used to. So I would have to probably play it myself to see that, to see what it feels like that. Yep. Going to all the side quests. That's when you know you're a real RPG player. When all the side quests open up and you forget the story and you do the side quests. I'm a RPG at root. That's me. So okay, well, we'll see if the internet can be good. Now, I do want to make a point here, since we're on this boss. I know, like, we're used to in PvE, we're used to, like I'm calling you my people or some shit. When they do the is it really the proximity? I don't know if you call it proximity, but the circle thingy around the enemy, like here when it does cloud call, and then it'll do the stomp. Normally, in those type of situations, the further you are, the less damage you take, but actually in Heaven on High, it's a very small window, so you can actually be fairly close to the target and it'll do its minimal damage. Like, you don't have to be far. I'll do a demonstration here of how close I can be, and it'll still be like 1k damage. But if you're like if I'm standing here, exactly here, I'll take about 5k, and then if I'm like up in its grill, it'll be like 20k full on damage, like you're taking it. But if I stand only a certain distance, like I don't have to be across the arena to take minimal damage. I only have to be a certain place, and you're gonna take the minimum damage. And there's only, I think, 3 bosses that actually do that type of move. But having that in mind, I think, comes in handy because sometimes you might overplay your safety, trying to be like too safe to mitigate that damage, when really you don't have to be that far. So here, I'm gonna demonstrate it here. We're gonna move them over here, right here. So I'm gonna go to the cloud right behind me, right here. And I'll still take 1k because of this distance is fine. So there, it's still 1577. So I'm still like actually relatively close to him, but I'm still taking minimal damage. So it's not like PvE is set up where you really have to go far from that thing to take the minimal, but here it's just a closer range, and I think it's only for Heaven on High that that's the case. Yeah, for the 90 boss, yeah, I saw that. I saw it on someone's stream where, you know, they were far, they take 10k, and then they were way too close and they took like 95k. So, but it comes in mind. I mean, to kind of have a mastery of what that distance is, that would be very interesting. But you can probably get an idea of how close you may be to not be safe. So here, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try to pull them even closer, just to kind of risk it. So we'll go like here. Yeah, that should be good. So we'll go here. That should still be minimal damage, I think. Yeah, I'm still safe from that. If I'm in mid range, I'm still won't die. I'll take like 5k. Oh no. Am I okay, I'm good. Okay, I thought it was disconnected. It's only when you're literally on top of them, or like in this circle here, you'll take the full 20k. And I did that when I was trying it out when I was farming this set for postures. I'm like, you know, let's give this a try. Why not? If I die, who cares? The rest of my party can finish this off. So yeah. That was something interesting I figured out. Because I pretty much with those type of moves, I've pretty much been like traditional, right? So let's pull him over here. I think, oh no, he won't get into it. But like, you know, you pull him to the corner, and then you get as far as possible to cross the arena. Let me show you what everyone else would do. We won't kill him anyway. So we'll go here, right? We'll push him over here. And we'll displace, we'll get as far as humanly possible. Make it in time. So that's traditional. You don't need to do that. And see, that's still the same damage. So yeah, that's something that you guys can keep in mind next time when you're trying it out. Alright, let's keep going. My goal was 61 today, so I don't even think that's gonna happen. It's 2 o'clock. I did drop frames though. That score is actually higher than I would have thought. I did drop some frames, so I guess I did DC at some point. Let me just scroll up on the chat for a little bit because I couldn't really look at the chat when I was. You sound like. Merwin? No, I'm like all Final Fantasy. I never really played other RPGs too much, but I'm all Final Fantasy. Dragon that can take down and survive full health while Sam needs third eye to survive. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean it is proximity AoE, but it's like a weird proximity. Like you don't have to be like the edge of the arena to dodge it. Let's keep going. I mean, it's almost like roulette at this point. If I disconnect, it's like, I mean, I could disconnect tomorrow. It's not gonna make any difference whether I disconnect now or not. I'm playing just a roulette game. Still no raising though. That's a little concerning. So this is where I think this was where I was at the beginning of today. I'm gonna do this just because it's early. I don't need to deal with this crap. Stop. And petrification right there is one of the reasons why I think petrification is so awesome, because imagine you had a nope room like that and your option was to use rage. It's like on solo that's so risky, because you could potentially step on a trap, you could potentially aggro like 2 of them, they can all destroy you because you didn't kill them fast enough. You gotta wait for your cooldown to come up before you can actually hit something else. Oh my god. That was just like, I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, right? It's just like in like 71 plus, it's like you see a nope room, it's like your option is rage. It's like, okay, I got rage, but now I need to like carefully use this thing so I don't die. Now petrification's like, you pop petrification, you just AoE and you're good. That's it. And it manages that room perfectly, so that's like, I'd so much rather have petrification than rage. Like rage can go die in a corner. Like give me petrification instead. And that's the same with frailty. Frailty is way more useful than the succubus. Let me take out the fortune back. I see it. I see it. Attack boost. Oop. A little bit too soon. Yeah, I mean the succubus was only useful for one thing, and that really sucked. Sucked. Frailty is like, frailty you can use it anywhere, and arguably it's better on floors than it is boss, but at least it's useful. I mean, imagine trying to use the succubus solo for a floor, you're dead. On red mage you'll get 2 procs on an enemy, and that's it. You have to drop it because you're gonna die because you can't cure yourself. Right, like just items in general, so... I remember on, I think it was a 190 boss, I tried using a succubus, and I didn't, like that was the first time I encountered 190 boss solo, and I didn't drop it fast enough, and it did the cleave, and I'm like, oh great, there goes my chance at this. It's hilarious. I think that was a video I did, that I died in like 2 minutes. It was funny. And I think I was the first, I think I was like the world first to 190. So my video for the world first at 190 was, welcome to the 190 boss solo, it kills you in 2 minutes. Or it kills you in like 3 GCDs. It's like, yeah, welcome to solo. And then later on we finally figured out how to kill it for a little bit. That was kind of funny. I'm just clearing these out because they're probably going to aggro me, and I don't want to deal with it. Fortune! It's also nice that they put Gaida music in here, because I've joked before, it's like, you're not going to hear it anywhere else. You're only going to hear it in Palace and in Heaven on High. You're not going to hear it where it actually comes from, because no one does it. That poor dead content. I enjoyed that content. It's 1.0 version. That was one of my fun contents. And then you know, it was bad because people were exploiting it like me. Like what I would do in 1.0 was I'd pull enemies to like large alliances, so I'd have the claim, and then the alliances would kill them, so I would get the credit. That was fun. I thought that was fun, so I could solo Diadem, and then they're like, oh yeah, that really wasn't how we intended it, so we're gonna change it, and then it died. I farmed so much of the spoils from that 1.0 version of it. I had like 1,000 of it. That's all from solo. And then after that, I never really earned any more from it, but I still have all those spoils that I'm still saving in case something in the future comes in play that I get to use it. But soloing, like, I got so much stuff from it. It was great. Yeah, right? Like, we were all excited, like, we're gonna get the airships made. I mean, yeah, the explorations are nice, but then, oh, we get to ride the airships, but then it's just like a cutscene. Like, coming from FF11, like, you would think, like, oh, you know, how you'd have the whole, like 10-minute airship ride that you're on an airship and you get to, like, walk around and see the captain and, like, look over the airship and, like, see the cities below you. No, none of that. You don't get any of that. It's kind of unfortunate. What is this? Is this another note room? I don't want to use another petrification though. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore it. I don't have time for that shit. Hunting. I still have a hunting hawk that I haven't sold, waiting for it to be like 100 million. But I'm surprised they didn't put hunting hawk here, right? This would have been the perfect opportunity to do so, because they recycled a lot of the minions here. So yeah, I loved FF11 a lot. When it was at its prime, I will never go back to it, but when it was at its prime, it was definitely the game. I really hope that— oh shit, god damn it! Oh, my buttons! I'm an idiot. Oh well, I guess I get to hit everything now. God damn it, I didn't even realize why that happened. I hit the wrong button. It's okay, at least it's early. I should presumably find one more Magicite before then. I don't even know why I ended up hitting that button. Oh well, it's okay. Hopefully I went into the thing. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of bitching, and they listened to a lot of bitching, so that's what happened. Oh, they do drop? Oh shit, there goes my opportunity to make Gil off it. Good call. I haven't even— oh, there we go. Oh, god damn it. Now it's like I feel bad I didn't use Fortune. Fucking A. I haven't really claimed a lot of my sacks yet. I'm at, where's my sack? I'm at 124 silver sacks. I haven't even bothered claiming it yet. I remember in Palace, because, like, you know, once the interest of Palace went down, a lot of the glamour started going back up in price because not many people were stocking it, and then I made a lot of gil off doing solo runs and stuff. What was that? Oh, that was that. Yeah, I mean, like FF11, you had to traverse through areas like the long way. I mean, like going to an experience point party took you a good 30 minutes to get there if you didn't have— I mean, even if you had the proper teleports, it would still take you time to reach all the areas. So you'd actually have to, you know, avoid stuff. But here it's just like everything is fast travel and all that. So thank you for that intel about the hunting hog. Yeah, that's good to know. Kind of sad, because a lot of times I hold on to items really long, hoping that at some point either it's needed or it's forgotten and then it's coming into play or something, but sorry, you will not kill me today. Why am I taking so much damage? Only got— but yeah, that's some silver. I got a lot of the— I've gotten some of the Heavenward Primal items, like Fiend. I got like the shield from Thodian. The shield, like the shield of round I've gotten from I think Flat or Gold or something like that. God, Gloom is no fucking joke. Oh wow, that's a long time. I played it for a long time too, but I played it before that new expansion. I played up until kind of around the middle of... What is that content? I forget the name of the content already. The one where... It's a content where, like you spawn an enemy and then you have to find all its weaknesses, and then you can get all the like key items and stuff. That was the kind of the last content I did in game. No, not Ibiza. It was after Ibiza. A BC rather. It was after that. It was the overworld content. Like you spawn like notorious monsters, and then you had to run down the list of spells and stuff. And then if you hit the right one, you get the trigger. You make it weaker, or you make it drop more items and stuff. A BC was more like I almost feel like Eureka is kind of like a BC a little bit. This guy's no, way after. It was after BC. It's I forgot the name of it. Yeah, but it was definitely after BC. And before the brand new expansion. I just forgot the name of it. I just remember it vividly because we did that kind of a lot. And it was very interesting content. Like I would like that content in this game. But it's kind of not set up in such that you have spell lists and like all these like useless ass spells that you're trying to have and stuff. But like generally like you'd find like the weaknesses of enemies, and then you have to find one, you'd have to have a party that would consist of a lot of classes, and then you have to hope that those party members would have the spell or the ability needed to proc the thing that triggered the weakness to make you get items that you need and stuff. Dell? Maybe Dell? I don't know. I just know that was just... I just know it by description now. I don't remember what it's called. I think maybe Dell. Dell sounds familiar. Maybe. I just know, like, the last expansion that they did, I did not play, but it was before that, so... Yeah, no, I didn't play Seeker, so it was before that expansion. Before that expansion even got released, and I stopped playing before that expansion came out. So I never actually touched that expansion at all. Oh, was it? Was that like the latest one? I never played that either, but I definitely never played Seekers when they added in like Geomancer and stuff. Like I never played that. Trust looked kind of fun to have the NPCs and stuff. That's kind of up my alley with having NPCs. Like I really like the concept of squads in this game. That I find really enjoyable. But I wish they expanded it a little bit faster than what they are now, because I really like squads in here. I just found that fun. I mean, the squads are kind of OP, but it's still fun content. I'd like to take it into like everything, like all the content in the game. That would be fun. Treasures was great. I was in Treasures. I was the server first puppet master. I mean, that's not really something, you know, too incredible to proclaim, but you know, I unlocked Puppet Master and I got so many tells like, oh, how'd you get it? Where'd you get it? That was kind of fun. When I was there for release, for when they opened up the doors to Treasures, and wasn't it like you had to do a quest to go on the boat or something, and everyone parked and logged off by the boat, and then they realized, oh my god, we gotta do a quest to do the boat. So I think I was like the second boat to Treasures. I didn't make the first one, but I was to the second one. That was kind of fun. And of course, like, you know, the boat is like, you know, you gotta sit on the boat and wait for the boat ride to end and all that stuff because it's FF11, of course. So you got that kind of excitement and the anticipation and stuff. It's not instant travel. Yeah, I did a lot of leveling with my squads. Because I mean, the XP is just way faster than having to deal with randoms. So I leveled, so my Samurai was still really low. So I leveled Samurai and I leveled White Mage up from 54 to 60 just doing the one dungeon that got recently released, I think it's Samal. Spamming that like endlessly. Because it's like super fast. It's like 1.5 million XP in like 15 minutes. I think that's pretty fast compared to what you can do in other options. Yeah, I know, but I was burned out of the Palace of the Dead. I wasn't gonna go back in there to just do experience points. It kind of just bores me to do it for like I'm doing it here on Heaven on High because like there's a purpose. Like I'm doing it for pot shards. But just to do it for XP, it's like I'd rather do like Beastmen, where I can just do Beastmen for like 10 minutes and then wait for like another day and then eventually get there. Like I don't need the job level right now. I just need it done at some point, so. I need to kill more. But I had enough. Is that enough? God damn it, still not enough? Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. Way longer than needed to. Give me a Magicite. I want to clear this fast. God damn it. That's more of the damage I'm used to. Ooh, hello Odin. You're gonna stay right there till 90. I have to make sure I don't accidentally use you at some point either. I honestly didn't think you'd get Odin that early. Like I thought there would be kind of like a later thing, but oh well, there we go. 36, Odin shows up. I gotta make sure when I go to Magicites, I gotta just, you know, kind of slowly go through my buttons to make sure I don't accidentally hit Odin instead. Right? Right, Authentic Cat? I thought it was 50 plus also. Like that's why I first encountered Odin also, but I guess it's here too. 36. There you go. You saw it. You guys saw it live. 36. Odin shows up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's super rare, but you know, I guess we just, you know, there you go. So I gotta say, there you go. Oh, that sucks, man. But it's like you feel bad if you have to pop an Odin on like a floor. It's like it's almost like a waste of a Magicite. But you know, sometimes you gotta wait it out, right? Get to the boss, clear the set, burn the Odin. But now, you know, hopefully we will be able to, on this file, which will not happen today, by the way, guys, because it's like almost 3:30 and I'm not gonna climb to 100. That'll be like 7 AM. We're gonna try to get this file, hopefully at a good point. I'll yell at my internet provider tomorrow so that it doesn't disconnect me again, and then hopefully on Wednesday we'll do a solo run, because tomorrow I'm slated to do Light Party with my FC unless that falls through, which right now it's iffy because we only have 3 people and we kind of can't find the 4th one right now, so we'll see. And we're sticking it with the FC. I play with my buddies in the FC kind of exclusively. I don't really like kind of going out, doing like those type of contents. I don't really like going out of the box a little bit. It's fun with the guys, so we'll see who's available amongst my friends. But Wednesday will probably be my next 100 attempt. So I'm hoping none of you guys clear it before that. Please let me have it. Let me have it. No, I'm kidding. You guys do you. Just get lucky and post it, and then we could all watch it together and something like that. 2 Odin in your inventory? Ouch. I've had 2 Odin in my inventory. It was lovely. Oh nice, congratulations to your healer. He's free from purgatory. he's achieved freedom. He didn't. Who cares about the title? Who cares about the whatever reward is up in there? He's achieved freedom. You die to, yeah, a landmine silver box combo in on like floor 99. It's like, oh my god. Like what I kind of envision myself, and like if I ever hit like 99, I'm gonna be like taking like the most careful steps in the world. Like I'm gonna be looking at the exit, and I'm gonna like look behind me like 16 times, making sure nothing's there. I'm gonna like sit in the corner for a little bit, make sure I don't run into a spawn. Like use every single pull manner I have, because I'm not sure what will happen. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be shaking and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've learned the hard way with landmine silver chests and like silver chests destroying me. So ever since I've kind of ingrained in my head how to deal with silver chests, I have thankfully not died to silver chests for a very long time. I do on occasion will use a silver chest with a chance of it actually exploding to hit an enemy. I've done that before as an elite tactic and stuff. Like, okay, this silver chest is probably gonna explode, so might as well take people with me. So I've done that before, and that's always fun. It's risky, but you know, if you know what you're doing, it's a good tactic. Like here, we'll get around this cardinal over here. We'll set a cure up. Oh, I didn't explode. Oh well. But that's how I usually do it, because it's a psych mob. So unless it turns around, you can kind of set it up that if it explodes, it hits the enemy and then you can kill it faster. Do they mimic? In Palace, I don't think they mimicked in Palace. So I always, if I had the opportunity to open up a blue chest, I always did without the concern. I don't remember on Heaven on High though. I think, no, they do. They do, because my run earlier, the one that got killed by the disconnect, I spawned about 5 of them using a silver chest. So they do spawn them. Yeah, I can say for certainty they spawn mimics, the silver chests. Because I was getting memed so hard with mimics earlier. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. Like when I was before I disconnected on 59, like legit, like 52 to like 58, I basically had pox for like 40 minutes. Like it was just on me like forever, and I didn't want to use a purity because it was already at the point where it's like every chest I was opening with mimics. So I'm like, I'll just ride this out for whatever, and yeah, that's what happened. Oh, that's an interesting thing. I never knew that, actually. That it's kind of tiered. Really? I cannot pass on gold chests. Oh man, if I pass on gold chests, I feel like I'm gonna slow my ass down. I never pass gold chests. But there is also a point when like obviously mimics are annoying to deal with, but there sometimes gets to a point when mimics are kind of the easiest enemies you can deal with. I remember that in Palace. It's like you got so much bullshit enemies that you need to deal with. You're almost happy to see a mimic. Although it takes you forever to kill it, it's like, at least you know it's not gonna cleave you and like, and destroy you with a DPS check or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of situational, but I mean, just having the extra Pomanders obviously helps. I'm sure with an LP though, you can conserve pretty easily. 6 mimics, that sounds about right. I'm trying to get my my subscribers, because my emoji for being a subscriber here is a mimic, and I want to get into this thing where like every time I pop a mimic, that they will spam the mimic emoji. I want that to happen. Because it'll be fun, because man, do I see my fair share of mimics here. Me and mimics go way back. Since FF11 we go way back. In MMOs at least, not including the other Final Fantasies. That was witching. Most mods, yeah, they are pretty safe. Except, I feel like, I've said this before, I feel like, 77, 78, 79 is probably maybe the most deadliest, not including 91 up, because of all those DPS checks, because they can wreck your world. I mean, DPS checks is just such an asinine thing to deal with as solo. Like, having to try to kill something by yourself in 30 seconds is no joke. And then if you don't do it in 30 seconds as a red mage, because you don't have stun and stuff, you're fucked. I mean, as Paladin, actually, I was ready to try to handle those DPS checks as Paladin, you know, ready with stun and silence and all that stuff, but then, like, my only run up there, with Paladin, I was at floor 75, and I had 20 minutes left. I'm like, yeah, so we're gonna burn all my petrification and all my magicides just to get to the boss. that's what happened there, so I never got the chance to deal with the DPS checks on Paladin. But that was my plan. I was gonna stun the hell out of the DPS checks and just kill them slowly and laugh at them because they can't do a DPS check because I stopped it. But what are the DPS ones? In 77, it's the Yak, the Yeti. The Yak is kind of the Wissen one. The Yeti is the one from like one of the old Heavenwood bosses. The big thingy that looks like, that's actually Gabu, but it's a Yeti. The Hippo has a DPS check. I think that's it, but that's still a relatively large amount of enemies because they're all in that set of enemies. So yeah, the Yetis are pain. Like you see them, you're fighting them for the first time. It's like, oh, it only does this conal AoE. And it's like, that's easy to dodge, and then all of a sudden it does the raid-wide AoE. It's like, someone's stunned, and then you get frozen, and then it hits you with the conal again. It's like, well, that's a rip. The hippos have a raid AoE also called I believe it's called Winds of Winter. And when I saw it, when I reviewed my VOD, it only did like 30k and a wind bite, so I don't think it's actually a wipe move, but it's still a significant amount of damage. Okay, we made it to the boss. With extra bonus. I didn't even realize I was on 89 or whatever. I'm not really paying attention while talking to you guys, so we're just kind of going through this. We're just going through the motions, kind of. Oh yeah, I mean, anything with high DPS, man, they're easy, but when you're talking about solo, a DPS check is your worst nightmare. free for, yeah. Oh, is that what happens? Oh, does it give it haste buff? Oh, I didn't even know that because I didn't survive the thing anyway to find out. I didn't live winter to know what happens afterwards. Oh god, like instant freefall? Yeah, forget that. I guess that's its DPS check, that it does that buff and then you're dead. Damn, rip. And I'm sure freefall does like full damage, right? It probably does like all of your HP, so that probably is the DPS check. 50k, nice. Nice. Awesome. With steel, yeah, that sounds about right. So there's that DPS check, the haste buff. It's like you survived its so-called raid blight. Like, oh god, we lived, and then after that you'll die anyway. Oh, whoops, get that wrong. You gotta go back. I kind of have this at kind of like a clockwork precision now, so I don't wanna ruin my thing of doing it. Oh, rip. Fuck it up. Maybe my shortcast was so short. Did you get it off in time? Can you stun? I heard that no, I think nothing is stunnable with 81 plus. I heard that from someone, and on Paladin I was just throwing random stuns and nothing was landing, so... I know 91 plus you can stun, but 81 plus nothing is really stunnable. You don't really need stun though. Well, I mean, yeah. Are they? Like which ones? I mean, the chimeras aren't. Only ones that enrages really? Oh, well that's at least considerate. Sapphire said they auto for like 17k. Like the white mage was hitting him for like the stone was hitting him for 17k. Without steel, right? That's 17k without steel. Oh, Ventus, welcome for Twitch to Twitch. You were on YouTube a while ago. That's just, you know, I mean it's expected, but it's still brutal. Okay, so this will be 41 to 50. We'll do this as the last set. We'll get through the 54s. We'll do this as the last set, and then we'll kind of set up the LP file for tomorrow, and then I'll get it up to 61, and then Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, although I would suggest, you know, maybe tuning in if I stream and you guys are following, you see the notification come up. Maybe tune in on tomorrow to see if it's an LP or a solo. What I can tell you tomorrow is, if I'm doing LP, we're probably gonna start at about 9 PM Eastern, so kind of early-ish, because my friends who are doing it can only do it Tuesday and then they can't go Wednesday, and I told them, like, I don't want to be sitting on a file for a number of days because I gotta have that file free to farm. So we could probably go early, but if the stream doesn't come up till like 11, then that'll probably be a solo, and that'll probably be the continuation of this file. So now we're gonna really play it a little bit more carefully and try to go through all the floors. Did I miss the chest? Oh no, that was glitching. LP, as in Light Party, as in Heaven on High, 4-man. So I'm used to saying LP from when we do PvP, because usually it's solo queue and then we kind of label it as LP Light Party for team PvP. So that's just my habit of doing it. But Light Party still kind of refers to 4 people, so. Yeah, I have the chat showing up on my stream for Twitch. I'm not sure if the YouTube chat shows up. I don't think it does. I know Mixer does and Twitch does, but I don't think YouTube pulls the chat up on my stream. I kind of wish it did, but YouTube's kind of weird. So, but I don't want to you know, neglect that audience. So, you know, the same. Yeah, it looks the same. Well, no, because 81. The floor 81, I mean, it looks really pretty. It's a really pretty set of floors, so I'm not complaining that it looks the same. Three overall. Well, for YouTube, it's like I don't think I get a lot on YouTube, like at the same time. Twitch has been kind of climbing, and I really appreciate all you guys who kind of tuned in and watch, even if you don't talk and stuff, and kind of like hopefully you're enjoying the content that's going on and maybe even learning. YouTube is good. YouTube is good because I get to record it and then kind of put up the videos there and other people can watch it, so that's really nice. And I'm still doing that, but Twitch is still kind of the bigger outlet for getting to people live. But I use a program called Restream. So I can stream. I'm actually streaming to Twitch, to Mixer, to YouTube, and to Facebook all at the same time. And it doesn't lag me or anything. It's really nice. It just uses their servers, and I mean, you know, maybe you don't even notice. You wouldn't even notice a difference if there was any type of lag difference or whatever. It's just I just have the ability to go on those platforms. Yep. Well, on YouTube they shamelessly put the stuff in the description, like, oh, we're using Restream on your thing, and then I think it always puts it there anytime you do the thing. But it's like whatever, and I'm not gonna complain. It's fine, but yeah, it's there. The snow, yeah, like once you hit 151 in Palace, it's like, well, the floors are so much easier to dodge traps. That's the most important because they're huge. You can dodge traps way easier than all the previous floors. But two, it just looks so pretty. Like it's such a nice set of floors to just kind of enjoy the atmosphere and stuff. Of course, like I prefer like the more beaty music, like this one. I think the song is called Apologies. I like the more speedy music and the battle music. I don't like the depressing and slow songs. It makes me feel so like gloomy, and it also makes me feel like the floor is harder because I don't have any like kind of upbeat to work myself through. I think I just used it, but whatever. I'm paranoid. I'm a paranoid guy with you. Is that a nope room? That's a nope room. We gotta see. Oh, the exit's there. Whatever. We'll just clear it out the long way. Yeah, Restream has been really nice. I mean, it's simple. It's not overly complicated. I just use their thingy, and then that's it. It basically does all the work. That was actually one of my very first donation incentives to have the ability to do Facebook, because in order for me to do Facebook, I do have to pay money for it. So I was able to at least get, I didn't get all the donations I kind of wanted, but I got a few of them, and I really appreciate that. So that kind of aided in me getting the option to do YouTube. So, I'm sorry, and Facebook. So we're streaming towards Facebook. But Facebook's kind of weird. Like the audience, like getting to the audiences is kind of awkward. Like there are days when it'll say like I reached like thousands of people, and then like yesterday when I streamed, I only reached like 10. I guess it just depends on who's watching it, and then if it shows up on their stream, and then creates kind of a chain reaction to who sees it and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see on YouTube. Does anyone ever want to Facebook stream? Well, here's the thing. What do you call it? When I was at E3, the three things that had kind of big presence in terms of their streaming and stuff was Twitch, obviously. Mixer had a huge presence in E3. Like their thing was way bigger than Twitch was, and then it was also Facebook gaming, and so I figured, you know what, let me just get myself exposed to Facebook gaming a little bit. You know, might as well. I mean, there's really no penalty in me doing it, although that did cost money, but there's nothing, like, I'm not losing anything just trying it to see what happens. So I'm just trying to basically see what happens, you know, to see if there's any success there. But Twitch is definitely gonna be the home base where everything will kind of be for the most part. And then if for some reason Mixer kicks up, then I'll put a little bit of attention there, but it'll still be Twitch. I think a lot of people feel that way too. Like, Twitch has kind of established itself already, and you know, the other ones are trying, but I don't think they can really break through what Twitch has. There was a mass protest. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Mass protest against Facebook, which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Facebook is not entirely, well, it's not entirely in the best of situations right now. Yeah, it does. Well, like, you can stream to Facebook solo. Like you can just go to Facebook right now if you have an account and stream there. But for me to use Restream, to use the program I'm using so I can stream to all the other services, it does cost money, because I guess because of how they have a weird like server setup and stuff. It's not and probably like a weird maybe they don't have like the connection they do to Restream, so I would have to have like a different setup for it to work in such a way. So yeah. So in theory it costs money, but you know, I'm totally not gonna just pick Facebook over Twitch to stream. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So I wanted to be able to obviously stream here on Twitch and then kind of branch out to the other ones at the same time. No, oh Jesus. Well, yeah, that's not a good idea. Probably, I mean, you know, they got the money. I mean, you've got to move people to the other services, and you've got to give them the kind of an incentive to go there, right? I mean, the only thing also that kind of pushed me a little bit into trying Facebook is, like, I found it kind of cool. Like, as I'm looking through my newsfeed, you just see like this random gamer playing, and then sometimes, you know, because it's in my category of interests, like, I kind of stop and watch, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe because I'm streaming to Facebook, I would get kind of a similar thing, that they would, like, someone would randomly see it and, like, you know, they'd stop and watch and kind of catch it where usually I think maybe you guys can agree with Twitch and Mixer and stuff, like, you're probably, I don't know if you're probably just randomly looking at streams, just like kind of seeing what may be entertaining. Like, you're probably watching a Final Fantasy XIV stream because either A, you play the game, or maybe you're interested in maybe playing the game, but you're probably not here because, like, you use some randomizer to just randomly pick a website to see the stream. Like, I'm sure that's probably highly unlikely. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think that might be the case. I'm not sure. I see. Yeah, the inner politics of things. Serenity? No, I don't need serenity. I need purify. Steel. And actually, like, these set of floors, like, starting at 41, they're way easier to navigate because they're nice and big, so it's less likely for me to stand on traps. You still can, but this is where wall hugging comes into play. And this is how you can be successful, at least in any class solo. Just not stepping on traps is really a big deal. Don't step on traps, guys. They ruin us. Oh, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, Lilium. I appreciate that. Oh, there's the purity. Traps have feelings. Yeah, they can stay dead to me. Oh. But also kind of continuing on the streaming content situation, like all the different streaming things have kind of certain requirements. They have certain requirements to reach like the higher echelon of like with Twitch, it's being partner with Facebook. With Facebook, to get to like the ad revenue and stuff, you have to have like 2,000 likes, and then you have to have like 300 concurrent users, which is like that's a pretty big goal. And then YouTube, like originally I had ads on YouTube, so I was getting like you're getting cents per, like pennies per day, but I mean it was still something. My channel, my FC channel got up to about 20 bucks. But then, like, they changed the requirements, so for YouTube requirements now, you've got to have people watching your videos for like 4,000 hours in a 1 year span, and then you have to have like 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, please, like my FC YouTube has like 160. At the time we had like 120. Now we're at 160. It's like, oh yeah, am I gonna be producing 1,000 people, like 900 people in like a month? So rip that. But with Twitch, it's a lot more. I mean, obviously, like with Twitch, like getting affiliate is pretty generous. You just have to have like a pretty decent, but you know, working towards partner is the one that's there. But even that, I think getting partner on Twitch is way easier than getting like 2,000 likes and like and all that stuff on Facebook or whatever YouTube's doing. So I don't know what Mixer is. I just messed up my combo. Is it really that traps don't spawn on walls, or is it people use the same path less? Like, it's what it is that there is still a chance that a trap can be. Hold on, after I kill this model, I'll demonstrate. It's really unlikely for a trap to be on the edge of a wall. I would say 99% of the time it's never on the edge of a wall. But like here, like say here in this corner over here, or like in the corners, there's a possibility the traps are there. So if like you're wall hugging and you come around this corner, there's a chance you'll step on a trap in that fashion. But generally speaking, like let's say you're already in the room, like here, like you're probably never gonna step on a trap if you're wall hugging like here, like on this tile here or over here. Just on the corners you could. I would safely say like 95 to 99% of the time you will not step on a trap. So that's why wall hugging is very, very useful. Additionally, yeah, you could kind of just retrace steps and stuff, and especially in solo play, if you're trying to kite, that definitely helps if you can kind of remember where you stepped, because if you need to work your way back so you can kite and have some distance between an enemy, you definitely don't want to end up stepping on a trap when you don't need to. So traps don't spawn on walls because they're coded not to spawn against the wall. The only exception is 150. I guess, but 150, I always found 150 a whole lot safer to wall hug because the room is so big. I thought it was more likely for me to step on a trap in like from 100 to 150 as opposed to 150 plus. You have 6,700 subscribers. Good job, man. I mean, you know, my FC channel is so kind of, you know, I mean, all we do is kind of we just play games and post it, so it's not. I mean, you can argue it's not really content. I mean, like real YouTube content, you gotta really put a lot of work into it. So that's one thing I don't want to do, and I don't have intentions of doing. Like, I don't want to seriously do something on YouTube to get something. I just want to do it like here, like I stream here on Twitch just to have fun because I'm playing the game anyway. That's how I want to do it. So if it doesn't produce a lot, then so be it. It's fun. Oh, Dota 2, yeah, that helps too. Playing a game that a lot of people watch. Like, I always thought, like, because I teach kids for something, and like a lot of them are like 6 to like 12-year-olds, right? There's a lot of those around that age group, and obviously they play like Fortnite. So I always like think like like I wonder if I play Fortnite, I'm probably gonna get like an easy like 300 how many people and all the kids are gonna watch it and stuff. But I don't play Fortnite, so I don't enjoy the game. It's not my thing. This is what I enjoy, so But I'm sure there are certain games that you can easily get viewership if you really wanted to, but I don't want to force it. I just want to do, you know, obviously do something that I enjoy. And 14 and this content and PvP is what I enjoy, so. Come the next ninja. Waiting for the Fortnite. When I did E3, I unfortunately didn't, because it was so weird, because when we played Fortnite in E3, we were standing, but then the TV was almost like my head level, so the way, I had like a body camera, which is how the videos are for most of the stuff, so I couldn't angle the camera high enough for it to reach the TV, so I couldn't see my gameplay, but when I played Fortnite in E3, man, it was just, it was just a shit show, like my team lost like really fast, first of all, and then, like we were a team of 4, so it was 4 randoms, and like one of my team members, like they died before they even hit the ground. It's like, okay, well, I guess that's possible. Okay, we'll do some elite strategy here. Here's a second. Quick kill. Yeah, I played it like twice too. Once just to try it out, and then once in E3. That's it, and I don't think it's really my game. I mean, I played my fair share of FPSs. I played a lot of Counter-Strike when it was new and fresh and stuff, but that was really the only first-person shooter. Well, I mean, I did Borderlands, but that's about it. Yeah, I know, it feels so awkward. Like, I don't know, it just feels weird. I understand its concept, but it just feels like a weird idea. It makes sense, but it's just weird. I just wanna grab a gun and shoot people, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't want any of the fancy, like the crafting stuff is just way too complicated for me. It's like, now I gotta, like, think about what to make, and then, like, I gotta hope I make it in time, make all the materials and all that. That's just too much for me. Let me just kill shit. I'm old school, I guess. Okay, aggro. It wasn't supposed to be Battle Royale. They made it into that when PUBG exploded. So what is it gonna be, like 8 vs 8 or something? Double quick shot. Interesting. That's interesting. I guess it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, once PUBG went, we made that joke, and my friends were making the joke for E3. It's like, you know, when they were gonna release a new game, it'd be like Halo Royale, or like we're gonna see like Skyrim Royale, or like Fallout Royale, because Royale was the shit, because everyone was doing Royale. That would be hilarious to see everything with Royale. Oh man, I would have laughed my ass off. But then I guess you get like Smash Brothers, which is theoretically, I guess, Royale. Speaking of my E3 videos, thank you, bot. You actually used something. You actually used something at the appropriate time for once. Royale cheese. Kinda, but isn't it? I almost think it's more like. I almost think it's more like Borderlands, kind of, right? As opposed to Royale. I mean, you're not looking to kill each other. You're looking to work together in a random environment, aren't you? Or am I wrong? Is that actually going to be Royale? Yeah, I mean, right. It's always been Royale for Smash. I mean, that's true. But I'm just saying that it was kind of funny. That was kind of the key word for the day. Borderlands Royale coming soon. I mean, you could argue that Smash was the first Royale to begin with. Everyone copied off them. Where's that chest? Okay, nuke me more. Doing like a combo nuke. It did that fucking thing did like fire 1 into Firestarter proc into Fire 3. Like, what the hell? Okay, we need to get that strength again. Is Russ HDS? I don't think I played that game before. Okay, I'm actually, like, my time actually is not great. Like, I'm kind of working through here on time. I thought I was going a tiny bit faster, but... So kind of step it up a little bit. Also, I do want to point out, guys, I still haven't gotten a raising in 46 floors. I have gotten 0 raising in 46 floors, and I really want a raising. Like, I'm not going to use it yet, but, you know, it'd be nice to have by now. I got Odin, I guess, but am I gonna like take an Odin instead of a raising? That's gonna be brutal. Oh yeah, well even right now in Heaven on High, I'm working as I'm farming potsherds. I'm doing it on White Mage while leveling White Mage, and yeah, I'm straight up carrying everyone. I'm like, you know, like pulling everything and then like killing everything fast, and then like someone's dying, I'm like, oh, I got you. I know when you're gonna die in like 5 seconds, I got you. Oh really? Yeah, and Nintendo was ahead of the game, I guess. I know, right? Raising is the hidden gem that you need for the higher floors. Even just for like mentality stakes, it's so much. It's just good to have. There's my landmine strategies right there. Is there another one? Oh, damn. Make sure I don't aggro. Thank you for the follow. Oh, thank you for the follow on Twitch, Lilium. Welcome to the Twitch. I do kind of feel semi-bad that like you guys are on YouTube, and then like, you know, you're watching on YouTube, you're chilling, and then you realize that all the conversation is on Twitch. Now, like, you know, you can talk on YouTube, and I'll see it, so that's okay. Like, I'm not gonna neglect you and stuff. And even the Mixer, if anyone's on Mixer, you can talk and I'll see the chat, assuming I'm looking at it at the time. But we will make sure I don't use Odin first of all. We're just gonna clear it. I don't need chests. Now I gotta be really careful that I don't use Odin, because it's in the middle now. It's in the middle slot, I just gotta be careful I don't use it. Yeah, it's like, I know, it's just like kind of this mental like calmness that you have, where it's like, okay, well, if I make a really bad mistake, at least I'll have time to fix it or something. But to not have it, it's like, oh my god, you're like walking on eggshells the whole time. Ultra. I mean, yeah, it works both ways, right? Because without it, like right now, like I really need to be careful. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but I usually can get through this and then the next set of floors pretty safely, just by being careful. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to overplay myself. And like definitely like 61 plus, that's when I start using raising, and a lot of things can go wrong very quickly. So yeah, I mean, some risk is good, because, you know, sometimes when you take some risks, you save some time. But, you know, on the flip side, by not taking risks, you obviously stay alive longer. But then, you know, it's a give or take. It's a very interesting give or take. But it's a very interesting mental thing too. And it's multiple strength. Man, you're pushing your time, man. You said you finished it on with 1 second last time, right? And he cleared it. $70 is Cerberus, right? $70 Cerberus. That's always the one that I'm careful with, because that's just a straight up time killing, a boss that kills your time because of its mechanics. Like it's not a hard boss. It just takes so much time. Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. But good. I'm gonna aggro that. Damn. Man, you're pushing that time, man. 61 to 70. You should actually be able to clear that fairly good with time. Like I've been saying that if you're pretty full, like full on Pomanders, by the time you hit 80, you are in good shape. But typically right now, so far, my runs I've been emptied out on Pomanders by the time I hit 80, and it's been due to just a lot of bullshit generally. Not even like bad luck. It's just bullshit usually. I gotta fight it here. So that was a silver chest, and it was a mimic. So in case there was some doubt about whether silver chests are mimics, yeah, they're mimics, boys. Blood aggro? Oh god. Because that's Palace. Palace had blood aggro, right? Eek. Did it have blood aggro? No. I can't remember. I think it did. Well, like blood aggro is a thing though. Right now, I've been kind of consistently, my past few runs, I've been getting through 61 to 70 with full. It's more, yeah, like my last run, 71 to 80, it was a lot of bullshit, and I had to expend a lot of my stuff just to get to the boss. I feel like I can successfully get through safely. It's just you do have to have, I think in my opinion, you have to have more neutral luck. Like you can't have bad luck. If you have bad luck, then that's not gonna help. But if you kind of have, you don't necessarily need good luck. You just don't need bad luck. So if runs kind of go normally and you know, no real shenanigans and stuff, then you might be alright with getting through. But if you can have a full set of Pomanders by 80, you might be in super good shape. Okay, don't use Odin. Undead, I never played 1.0, so I couldn't comment on that. The Palace, yeah, Palace there are undead because of the angel buff. Like if you remember, there's that angel buff that you kind of have to use on the 100 boss, and you can use that on all undead, and it'll kill. Well, it won't kill the undead outright, but it'll do a significant amount of damage to undead. Okay, what's up with all these what the fuck? Are you kidding me with this right now? Alright, well, we're gonna use that. Man, this was like in case you made a mistake in the previous floors, here's all the damn magicites that you need in case you use them all earlier. Kind of funny. I'll take it. Well, it wasn't instant death to undead because I know that for a fact, because when we were at 191 plus and we were using the angel, it took 3 shots to kill something. And solo, that's dangerous. Okay, Garuda will leave you there for now. I know. all that luck is gone, man. Nice, dude. All that luck is gone. It's all used up. Jesus. Yeah, like if I had an Odin option, like what I kind of envision with an Odin option is that if say there's like 15 minutes left and I have Odin, I'd try to fight the boss without any Pomanders at all. If I have raising, if I take the death on raising, then I would just use Odin, but I wouldn't use any items to do it. I know, I still don't have raising, like holy shit. And I'm gonna concentrate on this one because sometimes I blank out on its non-telegraphed abilities. Also, I'm running without steel, so I'm taking a little bit extra damage. And this will be my last set of floors because it's already 3:15 a.m. I'm not gonna stay up any longer. So this will be the last set I'll do today. And then hopefully tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, unlikely tomorrow. More than likely Wednesday will be when I continue this file. And hopefully by then I won't have any internet issues because I've been wrecked. Today should have been a 61 plus, and we should have at least tried to see if I can get to, you know, another attempt at 100, but I got disconnected at 59. And then today while streaming, I disconnected it somewhere around like 20 or something, so it's been really unfortunate. What the hell? Great. DC on boss. Fuck, I'm dead. I don't have raising. This is it. And I'm sending in orbs. Oh my god! This is just... I dropped frames. At that very instance. Yeah, I shouldn't have complained at my fucking internet. Whatever, man. And I didn't have a raising, so that kind of burned me. Oh well, I'm not upset by it because it's like that's been my day. Whatever. Yeah, ultimate jinx, man. Whatever. Whatever. You saw it live. That's my internet for you. That's the internet. That's not Final Fantasy. That's not Square Enix. That's my internet. Like the one time, like it hiccuped for like one moment and that's it. But whatever. You know, it's the only positive is that I have a lot of pot shards and I'm gonna have like so much potions. I can kind of go straight now. Whatever. That was the day. That's like my day. I have like 500 now. Yay. Yeah, we got both of us. Well, mine wasn't even a 90k. Like I had an opportunity. Like if it did it a second later, I would have been turned. Mimic first chest, welcome to the mimics. Oh boy. Alright, well I'm definitely calling my internet tomorrow because this is just beyond ridiculous. Like this is almost unplayable. I can't do runs like this. But oh well, it's okay. It happens, I guess. I'm not upset. I was close to, like this was kind of the pissy mood too. Like last, like the one I first disconnected on was, I was like if the internet just held up for 10 minutes I would have been fine. Like this one, if this held up for like 5 minutes I would have been okay. But it just hiccups on the one little thing that I had to turn around on, and then that's it. I couldn't survive the attack. Nah, it's okay. It's alright. I guess it just means I just have to like, you know, stream again. Because I'm gonna be honest, if I clear and I get the clear, like I probably won't be streaming as much because I'll just kind of be chilling. I'm on wired, bro. Hollow Shadow, I'm wired. I'm on wireless, so that's why it's even worse. I used to be on wireless. Because my wired was like really fucked up and like it would disconnect me all the time. But this is wired connection, and yesterday I like made sure my router was all updated and I checked the connection and stuff. But it's the internet, so it's not that. It's I'm definitely gonna just call my provider tomorrow and just ask him like what the hell's going on. Like, you know, this shouldn't be the case. Like, fix this shit. Because I'm trying to get a world first in a game. I need my connection. That's what I'll tell them. Yeah, the Japanese are all against us. Oh my god. Dude, like, I will say, like, all my Palace runs, my Palace of the Dead runs, that was when I was on like, every single one of those runs were on wireless. So, and again, that was only because my wire just wasn't working properly for the time, like, my router was not that great. But that was all wireless, so, I mean, I've done it, I've accomplished it, I've done it here, obviously, too. It's just, you know, the past 4-something days, the connection has just been shit. And it's not just me, like Sapphire here, who's actually, I can say he's like world second. They're 91. They got internet issues too. And then I think a couple streamers also were saying that their internet was kind of being asinine. And I think some of the PvP guys were also saying that people were running into disconnects too. So it's not just me, but it's what it is. I can't be controlled. Yeah. Oh, anyway. Okay, well, so here's the plan. Tomorrow might be LP. If the stream goes up like before 11, so like around 9 o'clock, it's an LP. So if oh, what I'm saying is well, you're first at 91, but currently your rank is 90. Your rank is 92. That's what I mean. Yes, good for the clarification. You were the first at 91, but now someone's ahead of you. So tomorrow might be an LP. If my stream goes up later on, it'll be a solo. And we're just gonna continue the stream each day until until someone clears it or I clear it, and then we'll chill a little bit. So I use Ping Zapper. It isn't ping. It's like, it's literally my internet cutting out for seconds at a time. So it's not my game cutting out. I have Ping Zapper on, and it didn't hiccup on Ping Zapper. And I'm watching my OBS. My OBS connection, and if it was just a game, like my connection, like my Twitch, like I think my Twitch probably hiccuped too. Like it probably, like the loading screen probably stopped also for you guys. So that isn't just the game; it's my connection. So it's not. I mean, even having a different one, like WTF Fast or like was it Mudfish? I don't think those would have helped me in that situation. So. We'll take it, man. I gotta talk to my provider. Like, my provider, I think during the summer days do kind of get a little bit icky a little bit sometimes, but it's still kind of inexcusable. You know? I mean, it's like 3 fucking a.m. It can't be hot outside and I'd still be having issues. That's what's stupid. Like, I'll understand during the afternoon, but I mean, it's like, who the fuck's awake at this time? Like me and like no one else in my neighborhood. I shouldn't be losing connection. Yeah, I mean, you can tell, like, if it's my game that's kicking me out, then my stream would be okay, and I'm 100% sure my stream started to kick out, which is when you guys started to see it, that it was ripped, because you probably wouldn't have noticed, like when the confuse was going off, I immediately turned, which is usually what I do, but when I turned, my one of my spells went off delayed. So I'm like, okay, my connection's going out, and then I was turned long before that thing even went off, and I got hit by confusion. And like, everything else, I was still seeing everything, but I just couldn't move anything, and nothing was registering, so that's internet, but yeah, it was like, it's such a fucking jinx, man. I think whoever said it earlier, that I just totally jinxed myself, man. That's so bad. But yeah. Yeah, so it's just extremely unfortunate, but you know, it's like, I'm kind of chill about it, and one of the reasons I'm chill about it, it's like that, what is that was just like 3 hours, like I lost 3 hours, like with Palace, like I wouldn't even bother streaming like 1 to 50, because that's like I mean, who wants to watch that? So you've already dedicated 3 hours to that, and then you'd probably be like higher in the floor, so you'd be dedicating like almost like what do you call it? yeah, just cut out now. You'd be like dedicating so much crap. Yeah, this is it's back now, right? So this is lovely. Oh well, it's probably telling me to sleep too, so yeah, I mean, it's not the game. My game is fine here, but Alright guys, so we're gonna cry. I'm gonna close the stream and then cry in my bed. Yeah, I appreciate the thoughts and prayers. We'll try again tomorrow. So good luck on your run, Sapphire. Hopefully you don't disconnect. If you don't disconnect, I won't disconnect. Let's have that deal. Anyone else trying it out, good luck on your runs also. Hopefully you don't experience what I experienced today. And see you on the boards hopefully. If you haven't had a chance, toss in some follows and likes on anyone watching anywhere. You know, so if you want to keep watching some of this, I'll be going pretty much daily for now until Will First happens. So yeah, I hope at least it was an enjoyable stream, even though the gaming content, the gaming part of it, was not kind of to my liking. Like I prefer to kind of showcase like the really hard stuff and not the easy stuff, because that's kind of boring. But you know, at least we had some good conversation. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you probably tomorrow. See you guys. Oh, actually, oh wait, not yet. I'm actually gonna toss you to someone. I remembered this time. I'm gonna find a random streamer on Twitch, and then whoever's left, I'll host to them, so I can dump it there. Hopefully, I do it fast enough so the rest of you don't leave right away. But we'll send good karma. That's what it is. Okay, don't play. It's not what I asked you to do. Oh, don't play. Okay. Sorry, you heard my voice back. Let's find a fellow Heaven on High streamer heading towards Heaven's Word. No, you know, 3-man primal. Yeah, let's go to this dude. So meet. Okay, so now officially. I will catch you guys later. Good luck on all your runs. Hopefully we will have some success in the near future. Alright, see you guys.